okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold. Unlocking the door with the holy key. You supposed to be this close to me, and hopefully you understand G.O.D. Maybe this cold and I'm talking like no degrees. This ain't a fluke, I seen it way before it ever happened. He gave me the view. I had to put in my time on the TV, it coming in soon. I couldn't leave it all up to a variant or an experience. You gotta get up and do what it do. So complicated, homie, it's you. Always gonna wait until you in the mood. I've been running, came out gunning, stopped the fight on your word. It's what you hear, not what you heard. I'ma hang on every verb. I'ma show you what it's worth. Every day I'm on the earth till they put me in the dirt. I'ma get into it first. Said I'ma get into it first. Until they put me in the dirt. Said I'ma get into it first. Said I'ma get into it. I can't break, that's the thing about me. I won't put these goals on freeze. I can't break, that's the thing about me. I won't put these goals on freeze. You cannot stop me, I mean this spinach and broccoli. Termination like I'm Rocky. Lift the heavy, no spot please. Body back a beating and I get away scotch free. And I'ma take control, unbreakable. I sense the face, the shakes is cold, the grace is more. Plus it's really the motivation, so it's thank you so. Put that's on my neck, hard work on my brain. The easy road taking the left, it's on my chest. No time for regrets, faith in the Jimmy like Steph. Shooting is wet like clay, the party ain't maybe this way. I'm taking all of this love to the bank. I'ma deposit and see what it make. Shoot it, so it's reap. I pay the meter, I came in with Peter like Peter on water. I'm stepping in deeper, they know that I'm coming like follow the leader. I'm taking a chance today. Standing inside of the kitchen, I turn on the heater. I hit to turn on my brothers and sisters and cousins and mothers until my believers get into it first. Said I'ma get into it first. Until they put me in the dirt. Said I'ma get into it first. Said I'ma get into it. I can't break, that's the thing about me. I won't put these goals on freeze. I can't break, that's the thing about me. I won't put these goals on freeze.
You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. Whoa, on me, you know I'm the one and only. All them other ones is phony. Moving like a drum, I'm on beat. Whoa, yeah, you could put the pressure on me. I ain't never getting cold feet. Straight tie where I'm gon' be. I got no time to debate. I put my reps in like every day. I keep it moving, I don't like the way. I just keep adding these wins to the plate. I ain't worried about a setback. With a loss, I'ma get back. Going up on a jetpack. All the haters, you can sit back. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. Can't hold me back. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. You can't hold me back. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. Okay, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we, yeah. I got the city on my shoulder, straight to the top, yeah. I told you I never drop what I'm holding, yeah. I got the team with me. We gotta go and we on a roll, so we never see defeat. Yeah, lights still shine. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And shout out to J9, first time catching us live here. What is going on? And I saw a few people in the chat pop in like, hey, wait, why is my name green right now? If your name is green and you don't know why, guys, that is because you were probably gifted a membership by another community member. Very likely it was Golden, so you can thank him in chat. But you got gifted a membership, which gives you access to custom emojis, as you know, such as the volume profile emoji, the bing bong emoji, the market cipher, the Lux Algo emoji, all that cool stuff, as well as some other perks. So if you got a green membership, or if you got a green name, you're now part of the Frankie Candles membership, or as we like to call it, the Candle Mafia. But what is going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to today's live stream, spending your precious time here. Look at that, the golden emojis in the chat. You guys are lit. But guys, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here with the Candle Mafia and your boy, Frankie Candles, to take a look at that thing they call Bitcoin and try to figure out if this thing's going up or down. Now, as you guys know, Bitcoin, obviously we got a big move up, and now we are just starting to range sideways. And you could be potentially considering this bullish consolidation, but we are consolidating right around a key level, and either the acceptance above or below this level will likely indicate if we're going to get a little bit of a cool off here, or if we're just going to yeet up to the higher prices for Bitcoin, where I am looking at a very specific target, and we will be looking at that today on the live stream. So before we jump into it, guys, go ahead and smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure, where we're just basically going to be giving away a whole bunch of free stuff. Shout out to J9, says 46K incoming. It's almost like J9 watched the live stream last night, as that higher target has not moved, guys. Yes, it is at 46K, and we will take a look at exactly why we're watching that level in a second. Shout out to J9, first live stream, already dropping the alpha in the chat. I love it. But guys, smash that like button. As you guys know, we're spinning that wheel of pain and pleasure tonight, so every 100 likes we get, you guys get to spin on the wheel. More spins, more free hats, more free Aztec King Cactus Moss Water koozies, and also, if we hit 850 likes on tonight's live stream, by some miracle, we'll give away $100 in XRP. So smash that like button, guys. 50K for Christmas, potentially. We'll talk about why we're looking at 50K as well. But before we jump into the price action, guys, let's go ahead and say what's up to the Mafia. I see you guys going crazy in chat already. We got Donato Cabrera in the chat. What is going on, bro? Or as I like to call him, Donato Cabrera. Shout out to you, bro. We got Wayne C. Valerie. We got Michael Vito in the chat. Said Frankie the GOAT. Ah! Oh, God, my voice. I'm losing my voice, guys. And I can't make the GOAT sound anymore. Ah! It's bad. We're going to have to chill out on that for a second. And I'm going to have to leave it to the soundboard here. There it is. That sounds more like a sheep to me. But what is going on? Shout out to Cuz I Can't Bump It. We got Hazard Shot in the chat. We got Patrick. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got Georgie, Frankie, Sauce Us, Dave Digital in the chat as always, bro. Thank you for being here and serving the Candle Mafia with your most official, unofficial mod wrench. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. We got Chino in the chat. Cuz I Can Bump It said fire sauce incoming. Hashtag value. But guys, with all that being said, we said what's up to the Mafia. We did all the housekeeping, and now we got to go ahead and take a look at that crazy price action we got coming up on Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get it. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart, and it looks like it's just going to go up and then down and then down and then up. So that's all the time I got. I'm just kidding, guys. But let's see. I'm a little bit on one tonight, guys. I don't know why. I don't know. I got a burst of energy. But let's see. Yo, shout out to Cade says screaming goats are hilarious. Like, I swear that is what goats sound like, right? Like they just go, bah! Like, am I crazy that I've seen videos of goats just screaming like that? That's why I do it. I don't just purposely try to do a bad goat impression. Pretty sure that's what they sound like. But let's go ahead. Yo, shout out to Nigel said sheep in the house. Shout out to you, bro. But let's go ahead and let's go ahead and check out the price action here, guys. Now, obviously, we have gotten a move up on Bitcoin here. I guess this was what? This was yesterday. All the days are blending together at this point, guys. But we got the move up, and we are now consolidating. And as you guys know, this is how the market moves, right? When you're in a trend like this, typically you get the impulse to the upside, and then you find balance, and you range around. Another impulse to the upside. You find balance and range around, and then you get another move to the upside, and then you find balance and range around. And kind of the good thing about price doing this, guys, is you want to remember that price range is 80% of the time. And the nice thing is that once you get that move to the upside, this is why I don't FOMO into positions, right? Because when you get that move up, oftentimes you will get a range. And then this is typically where I like to find my positions. If I think the trend will continue, I'll wait for a clean range to form, and then I will set up the key levels below or at the range low, and then try to find a long entry there to ride the rest of the trend to the upside. Now, obviously, yesterday we did get another impulse to the upside, and we are now ranging around right here, which gives us another opportunity to potentially find some trade entries. And now, obviously, you know, the first level I really want to bring up here, guys, is the previous value area high. Now, how did we get here, right? Before we start kind of breaking down this local range and kind of what I'm looking at for price to potentially continue to the downside or maybe get a push to the upside. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Ava. Thank you so much for that super chat. They say, can you check out DYDX? Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. If you're here, brother. I know he's here. I said what's up to him in the chat. But shout out to Rob. Could you add DYDX, or as some people like to call it, Dydix? You can add that to the list for Ava. Thank you for the super chat, Ava. We will check it out for you. No problemo. Obviously, guys, before we break down this local range and we start looking at kind of some of the key levels in here, I do want to kind of zoom out and take a little bit more of a look at the macro to try to figure out, like, are we starting to lose steam here, or are we going to have a little bit more gusto to get a bigger push to the upside, potentially getting to our golden target right here? We officially named this the golden target yesterday, between about 48 and 50K. It's guys, I'm not going to lie, like, the levels are like, I mean, the golden pocket is technically 48.6 to 50,300. But I'm just saying 48 to 50K because it's kind of catchy. But that's really the target that we're looking to eventually get up to. But the question is, are we going to yeet up there from here, or are we going to get a little bit of a cool off before getting that move back to the upside? We also have some other levels to take a look at here. Again, that 46K level that J9 was talking about. By the way, shout out to J9, first live stream. J9, you're part of the show now. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I see stuff in chat and I'm like, this person is going to be a part of the show. So shout out to J9. And other than that, shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. He said, I've been a real goat. It said, I've seen a real goat. It said, pencil neck. Shout out to Crypto Face, the GOAT, as I like to call him, guys. But shout out to Dave Digital. It's funny, guys. It's like, I don't know. That's just kind of that. It's like Crypto Face comes in here. Like, you got to give people credit where credit's due, guys, right? Like, I'm not just gonna like come on the scene and pretend like I'm the guy, right? Like, listen. I'm proud of what we do here and everything, but like when you get Crypto Face, like, don't get it twisted, guys. Like, I know Crypto Face. I've hung out with Crypto Face before, but like, I'm a fan, guys. Crypto Face, the GOAT. He's been the OG doing this forever. And anybody out there pretending like, oh, I don't know who Crypto Face is, give me a break. You know who Crypto Face is, and if you don't know who Crypto Face is, you definitely know about Market Cipher, which is this indicator down below, one of my main indicators. But guys, let's get back to the TA real quick. Shout out to Dave and Ava for those super chats. But this is basically what we're looking at, right? In the macro, let's go ahead and hide these local levels. I'll hide the next targets to the upside, which is, I'm going to have to add this to next targets. Oh, come on. Just drag it into the folder. Dang it. There we go. So here we are, right? And let me actually just go ahead and hide all this other nonsense, right? So this is our major macro volume profile that we've been looking at, guys. And this shouldn't look that unfamiliar, right? We look at this every single day, but I just like to show people kind of where we are in the grand scheme of things. Now, this range was pulled from the bull market of 2021, obviously. And basically, we're going to talk about some real key levels of resistance that we need to look at coming up here because we're approaching some interesting levels, right? That 46K level is important for more than one reason, and I want to break it down for you guys tonight. So, and I don't mean I'm going to dance, guys. Come on. I mean, I will dance, but not right now. But anyway, again, just showing this so you guys have context into where price may likely go next, and that's why we're expecting that 50K, that 48 to 50K zone right here, because not only is it your macro golden pocket retracement, but also your value area high of this gigantic range. And remember with the volume profiles, for anybody new out there, if you've watched any of my streams, this will be the 30 millionth time you've heard this, but if you're new, when you're looking at a volume profile, which is basically this tool that we use to analyze the volume of the bull market, when you look at this, typically you get three levels: a value area low, a POC, and a value area high. Now, once you flip that value area low to support and you hold it, it is more likely than not that price will make a move for that point of control. Now, the point of control is the area where the most volume was transacted, making it your most key level and most of the time the midpoint of your range. And price is continuously gravitated towards this level when you are within that range, right? So you hold that value area low, look to go to the POC, and then once you flip that POC to support, you could look to begin your journey up to the value area high. We see this happen time and time again on any time frame: the 1 minute, the 3 minute, the 20 minute, the 15 minute, the 2 hour, the 4 hour, the 5 day, the weekly, the 2 day, whatever you're looking at, you can use these volume profiles, guys. And this is how we're able to predict price the way we do, right? So while we look at this, we have to understand that although we could potentially just yeet right up to this level because we are expecting that value area high to get hit because we're above the POC and the value area low, however, we have to understand that maybe price action could get a little bit messy here, right? It's very hard to predict the actual price action and what it's going to look like, but oftentimes there are other levels of resistance other than the POC and the value area high, and we have to find those levels and expect some kind of turbulence. But at the end of the day, whether we get a pullback from here or not, we are eventually looking for that value area high to get hit to fill that entire range. Now, and I wouldn't even be surprised if we were able to deviate slightly above the value area before actually getting a significant correction. Now, like I said, there are some local levels between where we're at now and that 50K level that we have to be aware of. So I'm going to show them to you right now. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and check it out. So let's go ahead and pull up those levels. Now, number one, we have this level right here, which is, these are just like all the targets that have been hit, right? We were looking at this level, which was sitting at about 43,700 $43,578, right? Naked point of control. This is why when we were sitting down here at this naked POC, we were expecting a move up to here, and this is where we were looking for some resistance, which we have found. Even just looking here on the 2-day, we came up, and we are now just kind of hanging out around that MPOC. But if we're able to reclaim this level, guys, this is where I am going to be looking up back towards 46 to 48 and 50K, right? Because we do have another naked point of control sitting right here at about $45,975, right? So that's almost 46K. And if we hold the support right here, that's where we may be able to get the move right up to this level. And at that point, you know, that's the last thing, really, in my opinion. That's the only other major level in the way of 48 to 50K. So we could very well be on our way there, especially when you're looking at the money flow on some of the higher time frames. Fresh money flow crossover on the weekly. I wouldn't say fresh, right? These have obviously given us massive green candles already. But in general, we could potentially anticipate some more upside based off the money flow on the higher time frames. Now, with that being said, I want to come back down to those lower levels. That is the macro situation, right? We are simply within the bigger profile, right? I know all these levels look confusing. That's why I like to separate them into folders like this, right? So, in the grand scheme of things, we're on our way potentially to that value area high, but we understand that there are some local levels in between, right? So not only are we looking at those NPOCs, because look what happens when we turn all this on, guys. This is mishmash, right? Like, this is too many levels, in my opinion, to look at one time, right? So we hide them. So I'm going to hide these next targets at 46K NPOC. And I'm just going to go ahead and hide that real quick, right? And you guys can see that not only did we come up to this level, which was a naked point of control, to pull that up again, right? Not only do we have the MPOC, but we also have the value area high of the local range. Now, where is this range pulled from? It's pulled from this little area of consolidation right here. And when we pull that range, right, and extrapolate those levels to the right, this is how we can find those extra levels of support and resistance to give us further context into where price will go. And just like we were looking at that macro profile, right, just so no one's confused, just like we look to flip this value area low to potentially get a move to the POC and the value area high at 48 to 50K, we could also look at this local profile. And once you get into this local profile, you look to flip that value area low, go to the POC, flip the POC, and get up to the value area high. And here we are sitting at this level of resistance, which is your value area high / again, MPOC sitting right here, right? So this is a significant level of resistance. However, remember, the trend is your friend until the end, right? So there is no guaranteed rejection at this level, and I am in a scalp short position, and I want to talk about the likelihood of potentially getting a bigger correction to come in here, or if we're more likely to flip this level to support and continue to the upside. And to be honest, in my opinion, the real key level to flip is not even really necessarily the value area high, but more likely this NPOC, right? So this is the key level. Before I show the trades here, guys, I do just want to mention this NPOC is the level that we need to flip to support in order to get the bigger break to the upside. So keep that in mind, right? This is going to kind of be this whole purple box is going to be that is going to be that key level that we need to flip, and that is what is going to let us know that maybe there's not going to be a bigger correction here, and maybe we are just going to yeet right up to that MPOC, right? And this is that key zone between, just to give you guys the levels, 43,565 and about 43,900. Now, with that being said, let me see if I can pull up these trades real quick for you guys. So here we are, right? Still in my swing long position here, guys. Up 1,245%. Unrealized $1,000 in profit, about a little more than $1,000. And then I did take a little bit more profit on this, up about, we took about a little over $3,000 in profit locked in, guaranteed. And then we're also holding that XRP short. I'm literally holding this until I get stopped out for $1,000. It's either going to dump down, I'm going to take more profit, or I'm going to hold it and get stopped out and make $1,000. And then this little scalp short that I took, kind of on the stream yesterday. I didn't take the trade on stream, but I did take it while we were in the waiting room, and everybody was like, oh, I heard the FEMAX sound effects. I heard the FEMAX sound effects. He's getting into a trade, or getting out of a trade. I mean, you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference. But yesterday, right before the stream, I did take this scalp short based off of some very specific confirmations that I got at this high. Now, with that being said, we are also, guys, by the way, I am going to be talking about FEMAX coming up pretty soon, guys. They did just add a really, really, really cool feature, and I don't have it set up just yet, but I will just kind of tease it. If you guys are interested in this, FEMAX may or may not have added a feature where you could potentially enter your, or just basically trade right on TradingView using your FEMAX account, right? So you guys know, I'm not going to pull it up right now. I'll get it ready for I'll get it ready for the next stream. But obviously, if you use TradingView, guys, you can, if your exchange is supported, you could hook it up to TradingView and actually just trade directly on your TradingView chart, which is super, super cool. But you guys can check out Femex for that. We have a link in the description down below if you want to help the channel. If not, you can use a different exchange or just go to the website and sign up by yourself. Totally up to you. But a really, really cool feature that Femex just made available. We actually mentioned it to them a couple of times. We're like, hey, we love you guys. Like, any chance, like, you guys are thinking about maybe getting integrated into TradingView? And then they hit us up. Our guy at Femex hit us up and was like, I heard you guys were excited about this. I remember you guys saying it. And just so you know, we just got it done. So super cool, super exciting, kind of cool for the stream too, because we could kind of always keep an eye on the positions. But here we are, hitting this key level of resistance. Now, looking in the context of this volume profile, guys, right? We've gone from the low to the POC, right? Look at how this is respected, guys. Flip that POC at value area low to support almost to the dollar, and then you get and reject from that POC almost to the dollar, get above it, and then yeet right up to that value area high. So based off the volume profile kind of theory, right? Or the laws of the volume profiles, I like to call it. You guys can see here that this would generally be where you want to be looking for the shorts. That's part of the reason why I'm in that scalp short that I just showed you. Now, I didn't just come up to the high and look for the short. I didn't just come up to the high and take the short. I obviously found some other confirmations here, and let's talk about them right now. Now, and these are not the confirmations that made me take the trade, but I want to talk about why we could potentially see a little bit more downside here, and it all starts with money flow. So this money flow coming out on the 1 hour time frame, guys, when you see this happen, if you are also printing a 16-hour red dot at the same time as your 1 hour money flow crossover into the red, which we do have right here, it could signify a little bit more of a move to the downside. So this is kind of reason number one. We're getting these higher time frame red dots. 16-hour also a little bit overbought. 12-hour also red dot printing. And you are also approaching that overbought, extra overbought level. And with that being said, you're kind of expecting a little bit of a retracement, right? Not a dump down to zero. We had somebody come into the stream yesterday and was like, this guy's going to get you wrecked. He just sees red dots. And it's like, it's not how it works. That's not how it works. But some people, just want that easy red dot short, green dot long. You could try it. It's I don't recommend it. It's not really a good way to profitable way to trade. But you do have this red dot, which will indicate not a dump to zero, guys, but just potentially a little bit of a cool off, right? If you back test these red dots, guys, I'll put a vertical line, right? Red dot, red dot, red dot, and you can see. Red dot, small pullback, but the trend continued, right? But some people who don't understand how market cipher works, they'll hear red dot and think that the market's going to crash, right? That's not how it works. The red dots indicate moves like this. Correction, but a continuation, right? Little correction to the downside, little correction to the downside, little correction to the downside. But with your money flow in the green, which indicates the longer term trend, you would expect, this is how I get my kind of bias, right? Like, I'm not looking to short a red dot to zero on the 16-hour if money flow is in the green, right? And I don't just short based off red dots anyway, but this is how you can use money flow to figure out the context, right? Like, money flow's in the green. You're not expecting these to dump down to zero, but really what you're looking for is a small correction to put in a higher low and potentially continue the trend to the upside, right? So that's how I interpret the red dots and green dots and the money flow together. That's kind of how I use it to kind of form my opinion on the market, right? So with this red dot on the 12 and 16-hour and our money flow looking to cross over into the red here very, very soon on the 1 hour and also the 45-minute. Money flow is also not as cleanly coming out on the 45-minute, but you are trending to the downside with your money flow on the 45-minute. So because of these reasons, I am still holding this short, right? And I do, I have a clear stop loss, right? I have a clear invalidation point. If the price rips above a certain level, I am stopped out at a controlled loss, not getting wrecked, not getting liquidated, not screaming, oh my God, I got wrecked, right? I just get stopped out for a small loss. And especially with the way the longs are going right now, it's very, very hard to get stopped out for more money than we're making on the longs, right? So not only am I going to get stopped out at a controlled loss, but also simultaneously making more money on the longs, right? So it's like extra coverage. So I am very hedged on the long side, right? So I'm willing to take a stab at a short here, especially with this money flow coming out on a lot of these lower time frames with the 45-minute, the 1 hour, even the 2 hours looking like it wants to peak over here. So some reasons to potentially look for a little bit more of a move to the downside here. VWAP on the daily also rolling over. Again, not trying to cause fear or doom and gloom in the market. Like just looking for a small pullback, right? Because again, remember, we are generally bullish on the market here, looking for those next targets to the upside coming in at $46,000 where we have that naked point of control, right? So, and again, really the kind of line in the sand for me is going to be that naked point of control, right? Again, coming in at 43,000, about 43,565, right? And then if we can't hold this level as support, like if we hold this, guys, like it's very likely we continue to the upside in my opinion. But if we lose it, we could get a little bit of a pullback to come in here. So that's basically what I'm looking at right now, guys. I mean, those are the trades. Am I another? I'm still in a scalp long on another account on my phone. But other than that, basically looking at the same thing. Now, the nice thing here, guys, is because we're unsure, right? We don't know, right? I don't know if we're going to get a move to that 46K or if we're going to pull back to some support first, right? I simply don't know that, and nobody does, right? So that's why I'm taking this scalp short. Listen, again, if we get that come down a little bit more, I'll take profit, making a guaranteed winning trade, move my stop loss to break even, guaranteed money. And if we get stopped out, cool. I make money on my short and then continue to make money on my longs. But if we get a breakdown here, and we come down more, we can profit off that move, right? Just because we're in an uptrend doesn't mean you can't capitalize on the small pullbacks and make money every single way, right? You can make money on the long. Like I'm in a long right now from 26.8 is my entry. So like right down here, or I'm sorry, 28.6. Wait. No, 26.8? Yeah, no, 20, like right in on this area right here was my entry. Let me find the actual entry for you. Why am I trying to guess? Let's see. Yeah, 26.823 is that entry, right? So there you go. 26.823. It's like right about here, right? Somewhere in this consolidation. Like I said, when we consolidate, that's where I look for my entries. And so I am still long from all the way down here. It was the trade I just showed. So I'm riding that long, right? But I've also shorted all within this price action and grabbed little bags of cash on the way up on these moves to the downside, the retracements. You don't need to be in a bearish market to make money on the way down if you know how to scalp the moves, right? So there you go. And that's what I'm looking at, guys. Again, we lose that MPOC, looking for more downside, right? Now, what are those key levels of support that I would be looking at? Well, pulling our Fibonacci retracement levels, I would be looking at this golden pocket between about 42,504 and 42,601. That's kind of the next, significant golden pocket in my opinion. And then, this would kind of be, if we do continue down, we'll talk about the local levels of support right now. But if we get a bigger breakdown to come in here, we could potentially look for a bigger move down to that golden pocket 786 retracement, which I will draw as a zone of support. Bada boom, bada bing. Right here, a little bing bong. There you go. So right there, that is kind of the next zone I would be looking for major support. If we lose that level, next key level I will really be looking at is going to be, let me pull up Trading Light really quickly so I can get the level exactly correct here. Zoom out here. Oh, yeah, I got to zoom in. And right about here, this is another level to watch. About 41,760, right? 41,760. Where are we? 41,760. Yeah, so basically, I believe this is a point of control of this little area of consolidation potentially. Yeah, it's basically this MPOC here, right? You have a high volume node right here, right? Pretty big gap in volume here. Just looking at analyzing this volume on these candles, right? We do have a significant gap in volume, meaning that if we wind up losing the lows of this range, right? If we wind up coming down here and losing the lows of this range, and like I said, we're going to bring up the local levels, the kind of local levels that I'm looking at within the range right here in a second. But once you start breaking this ledge or shelf of volume here, you have a pretty significant fall off all the way down to the golden pocket 786, where you have another high volume node. Kind of the volume picks up a little bit more, right? So if we break down below here, we could remember what we say about these low volume gaps, guys. In essence, there's really not much holding you up, right? Or I'm sorry, not much holding you up, right? You can see price likes to stick to the high volume nodes, and then when you enter the low volume gap, typically you'll see a big push to the downside or a quick move to the downside. Just like you had the quick move up, you could potentially see a quick move down back into where the volume starts to pick up again, which coincidentally is in line with the golden pocket 786 retracement. You could see your volume kind of picks up right here at the golden pocket, and then especially right at below that 786, you have this super high volume node down here by this now tapped NPOC down here from this previous area of consolidation, right? So these are the next things that we're looking at, or the next levels of support. So, in my opinion, for my short that I'm in right now, kind of looking to ride this thing down. Entry in that short. Let me check my entry on that. Let's see. Up almost 400, 25%. Let's see. Where are we? Entry price, 44,217. Let me grab the short tool. 214. I'll rip myself off a little bit. 214. We're shy. A few bucks. But there you go, right? So if we could get a ride down to that golden pocket, this is kind of what is this percent move here? This is about 1%. Yeah, so if we are able to make it down to that golden pocket, even down to some more local levels, which, again, I'm going to get into right now, maybe looking to take a little bit more profit, right? But eventually looking for this to potentially bring us down to this golden pocket. Hopefully, no guarantees, but like I said, remember, if you're taking profit on these moves down, right, I mean, not even a bad time to – I have not. I want to be fully transparent. I have not taken profit yet, but, I mean, you guys could just see that on the trade, but if we do keep coming down, right, I would be looking to take profit at the low of this range, in which case I would move my stop loss to my entry point, making it a guaranteed winning trade. That way, if we break down, cool, my trade turns into a big, my little single or double turns into a home run. And then if we wind up coming up and I get stopped out, easy. It's just going to make me money, right? I'll get stopped out in profit. So there you go. That's kind of my plan here moving forward. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the local price action, right? So I'm actually going to come over here to the Bybit chart. And I want to take a look at what we got going on here, right? So let me go ahead and pull a range and talk about these local levels of support and resistance. So we actually are at the bottom of this volume profile at this point. I actually think that this value area low is a bit lower on the Bitstamp chart. Just slightly. But give or take a few bucks. I actually had somebody ask me a question on Instagram, asked me a really, really good question about, hey, I watch you do your TA, but I see that sometimes you do your TA on spot exchanges, and then sometimes you do it on the leverage exchanges. What's up with that? Like, should I be looking at spot exchanges and leverage exchanges? Like, what chart should I look at? And it's a great question. And shout out to Bet the Horn said the sauce is on the front burner. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. We're cooking up that sauce. Hey, we need to come up with like a sauce cooking sound effect or something. Like I don't know what sauce sounds like, but we got to come up with something. But guys, it's a great question. Sorry, I'm sinking in my chair here. It's a great question, right? Like, should I be looking at the spot exchanges? Should I be looking at the leverage exchanges? And my answer to that is I look at both, guys. I like to look at the spot exchanges because there's a lot of key levels that you want to be looking at on those big spot exchanges. Coinbase, Binance, whatever you're looking at, you want to find those key levels, MPOCs, etc. But when I'm looking to enter into my scalp trades, typically I am looking at the leveraged exchanges, right? Typically, I like to look at Bybit because they have a lot of volume. But, you can never go wrong with looking at the actual exchange that you're trading on, right? So that's kind of a question answered really quick. But let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to everybody. Smile said sauce sound effect will get you demonetized. Just saying. Shout out to everybody. Smile. Maybe. Dave Digital says we have our first proposal. Whoa, hold on. Johnny Jackhammer, shout out to you, bro. He says, whoa, Rob and Jessica getting married. Whoa, hang on a second. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. And Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative. I don't know why my voice just decided to take a walk, but congratulations, guys. I knew you guys were going to wind up together. I did know you guys were going to I knew you guys were going to get together. I knew it was going to happen. You guys are meant for each other. Shout out to you guys, the most beautiful couple in crypto, Rob the Crypto Snob and Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative. Put a ring on it, baby. Thank you, Dave, for making the announcement. Let's go. What better person to make the announcement other than Dave? So let's continue on here, guys. With that being said, this is basically the range, local range that I'm looking at, right? Simply treating this as a simple range, right? Now, this is where I would typically be taking profit on the short, and then again, keeping my either stop loss where it is or moving it to my break-even point, right? So I'm basically in a guaranteed winning trade. And then again, if we wind up breaking down, cool. More money for us. If we wind up coming back up, chances are we'll probably reject the value area high again, but if we don't and we wind up getting a lot of volume to come in and we get a legitimate breakout, I get stopped out in profit, right? Now, I have not taken profit, right? So that's hypothetically, if I did take profit, I'll probably just take profit after the stream or get stopped out if price decides to rip on stream. And then you guys will be able to see what a risk-managed loss looks like, right? Because you'll see me, I'll get stopped out, and I'll be like, oh no, big deal, right? I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I'm wrecked, right? Because you got to use good risk management. And it's like the biggest thing, guys. This game is so much more about preserving your capital and not just giving it all away to the market. You're inevitably going to have to give some money to the market if you're going to be a trader. But it's more about capital preservation, risk management, and emotion management. This is what is going to get you farther along in the game. You could be the best analyst, you could have the best indicator, whatever it is, and you're never going to make money in this game unless you wind up getting that stuff that I just mentioned under control. That is really like 80% of it. The TA is like, I would say TA is probably like 30% of it, right? And now it's definitely important. You can't do this without those skills either. But it is like, if you want to talk about how important the emotional control and the risk management is and the discipline is, it's like, it's a majority of the battle. And I think that's a big reason why a majority of people fail doing this, right? And it's because a very small amount of people actually have the discipline to control their emotions, get out of their trades when they're winning, and not get greedy, right? Like, think about it on New Year's, right? On New Year's, have you ever gotten a membership, right? If you ever go to the gym consistently, and, you usually have a certain amount of people in there, but then on January 2nd, you walk in, and the gym is packed, because everybody has these grand ideas that they want to go work out, and then if you're someone who has been consistently going to the gym, you notice those people kind of come in, and then by February, they're gone, right? And I see trading kind of very similar to that, right? Because people have all these grand ideas like, I'll be a trader, and I'll get rich, and I'm going to get a Lamborghini, and I'm going to do all this cool stuff. Just like people fantasize about the gym. Like, oh, I'll just go to the gym. I'll get into a routine. I'm going to get ripped. I'm going to have a six-pack. But people don't realize, like, they have this idea that it's easy and they don't have to be consistent. They can just go whenever they want and they're going to get gifted this beautiful physique. But that's not the case. It's a very few majority of the people who continue going back after January and after February and stick with it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And those are the people with the six packs. So it's the same thing with trading. People have all these grand ideas. I want a Lamborghini. I'm going to get rich overnight. This is awesome. They try it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then they just fall off, right? And in my opinion, it has most to do with the human condition, right? Like the way humans work. It's very hard to be disciplined for humans, right? We're very distracted. We're very instant gratification. This is not that kind of game. It can be if you get lucky, but it's a dangerous feeling because then you get carried away. You think you're a genius, and you wind up getting wrecked. So that's kind of how I think about it, right? But as we look here, simply going to be treating this volume profile as a typical volume profile range, looking for longs at the lows and shorts at the highs, right? And other than that, that's kind of how I'm treating this, right? Short, I am short from the high, right? I'm short from up here. And we've gone down to the value area low. And in my opinion, this could have been the full trade. But based off of what we just looked at on the 12 and the 16 hour, I'm hoping, not guaranteeing, but hoping that we can get a bigger move down. If not, like I said, controlled loss to the upside. Shout out to Tony D. Shout out to you, bro. He said, thank you for the super chat. He said, if you take one look at my body, you will know that I have no trading discipline. Yo, shout out to Tony D. He blow that out of proportion, bro. We were just talking about this. Shout out to Tony D, though. You're funny, bro. All right, let's see. Johnny Jackhammer said, "Aw, sad face, no baby snobs." Oh God. There's enough snobs in the world already. Thanks for your sacrifice. Okay, so no kids, guys. We're getting married, but you're not having kids. Hey, can't hate on that. Some people like to be, they like to be free. They don't want to have kids. So shout out to Jessica and Rob. I can't. Where's the honeymoon, guys? Where's the honeymoon? Are you guys coming to the Frankie Candle studio for your honeymoon? Let me know. And shout out to Tony D, another super chat. He said, I keep getting kicked out of the gym for trying to teach TA. Please help. Shout out to Tony D, bro. No trading in the gym. No trading in the gym. Only training in the gym. All right, guys, let's go ahead and continue on here. That's basically what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Like, we're just consolidating. We took a trade in the range. Going to see if it plays out. And then, again, local, we looked at the local support. But as of right now, I want to pull up the liquidation chart real quick. And let's go ahead and let's pull up the actual liquidations. So again, right, we do have quite a bit of liquidity below us, right? We have a lot of liquidation sitting below. So again, this is, if we wind up coming down here and we wind up stopping out some of these longs, it could cause a little bit of fuel or add a little bit of fuel to the fire for a move to the downside. And if we start pushing down into that 43.1, 43.2, 43.3 range, that's kind of where that cascade may start to get us a little bit more of a dump to the downside, right? And that would be kind of the best case scenario for my long, or for my short, I'm sorry. But there you go, right? Like if we do push below those levels, that might be a cascade of liquidations that we see, right? Again, not a guarantee, but we could see all those people get liquidated, right? Causing a quick move to the downside. So I did just want to bring that up really briefly. But other than that, guys, like simply treating this as a volume profile, right? We went from the high to the low to the high, back to the POC, back to the high, rejected the high. Now we're at the low. And now this would be kind of where you're looking for longs, right? Not seeing the best confirmations down here right now, but that's what I am looking at. So, guys, that's what we're looking at. That's it. That's Bitcoin in a nutshell right now. Yeah, I mean, not too much has changed since yesterday. We've just kind of consolidated at our key level. But again, the most important key level that I would be watching is going to be that MPOC that we just talked about. Let me go ahead and get rid of all of this stuff. Bada boom. This MPOC right here. If we can't hold this level, that's where I'm looking for more downside. Decisively breaking that MPOC or decisively holding it as support, which we have been able to do so far, that could be an indication that we can get the move up. But again, market cipher B could be pointing to the downside, but really looking at that MPOC to give me the insight if we're going to get the move down or not. Hold it as support. Bullish, lose it, going to be a little bit more bearish. Not going to zero, just a little bit of a cool off. Yeah, just a little bit of a cool-off, a little retracement before potentially coming up towards that 46K level. And if it winds up being the nuke from the nuke that we're going to get a big correction, then cool. We're in our little scalp short, and that will continue to pay us out on the way down. So there you go. Quick and easy on Bitcoin, guys. I like to keep it simple. I don't like to confuse everybody with a million different levels and all this complex tea. I like to give you guys the sauce and then move on to the altcoins. So shout out to the Mafia. If you guys want me to take a look at your altcoins, go ahead and drop your favorite altcoins in the chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let me know what coins to look at. And DYDX is on the list. I forget who asked for it, but shout out to you, whoever asked for it. But let's see. Let's see. Oh God, here comes the alts. Let's go. Shout out to Prompt Deck. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for that super chat. First super chat. Thank you so much for that. He says, "Hi, Frankie." Oh God, it's the altcoins are flying. Hang on one sec. Oh no, get back here. He says, "Hi, Frankie. A huge thank you for your continuous teachings. Would you mind taking a look at Doge? Thanks once again for all your help." Shout out to Prompt. No problem, bro. I am happy to do this. Thank you for thanking me. But yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll take a look at Doge. No problem. We can add that to the list too, Rob. Just a quick reminder, guys. Super chats do not guarantee we look at your coin. I always try to look at as much as we can, but I just don't want anyone to think it's a guarantee because we'd be here forever. I say that all the time. You guys know that. But we got 878 people in the chat watching currently right now, guys. If you like the stream, if you learned anything, or we give you any insight into the market, go ahead and smash that like button. Yeah, if you like the fact that Rob the Crypto Snob and Jessica got married today, go ahead and smash that like button. Again, if we get 850 likes, I'll be giving away $100, not 100 XRP, $100 in XRP to one lucky CandleMafia member, and we will call the winner tonight. Tony D's like, "Oh God, you're going to make my life a nightmare again tonight, aren't you?" But we got to hit 850 likes, so smash that like button if you have not already, guys. And let's go ahead and start off with our favorite altcoin, Show ETH. Shout out to Crypto Billy. And here we are, guys. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, guys. It just does what we tell it to. I need to just start trading ETH. I say this every day. So here we are. Taking a look, right? And I still need to make a clean ETH chart, but this is not what we're looking at. We're looking right up here, right? We got this nice clean area. But coming up here, guys, simply put, we broke this key level of support resistance that we were looking at 2146. Once we flip that to support, we were looking to get a move above this purple box into this low volume gap and getting a push up into that next purple box, right? We have low volume between these two purple boxes, which oftentimes results in quick moves up and quick moves down. Quick move up, quick move down, right? So when we see this, what happened, right? We came up, we came back down, flipped it to support, came into the next resistance, and now we are potentially falling right through that volume gap. And like I was saying, there really is, these levels are not based off a volume profile, but they kind of, between these two purple boxes, are kind of are kind of acting as a volume profile, right? Like not acting as a volume profile, but they act similarly as a range, right? So you're looking for bounces at this top of the top of this purple box and a rejection within this purple box, right? But for the most part, your key level here on ETH to the upside, if you want more upside for Ethereum, is going to be 2350. If you crack that level, that's where I'm looking up to higher prices, getting closer to 2500, right? So that's kind of what I would be looking at on ETH as of right now. Taking a look at the daily, right? Red dot looking to print. This is what we were looking at yesterday as well. We have the 16-hour bearish divergence into the key level of resistance. May be able to get a little bit more of a correction to come in here. Now, remember, as we have been for this past probably 2 weeks, being much more conservative with the short positions, right? Almost expecting them to get stopped out. When you're in a bullish parabolic move like this, I don't know if I call it it's pretty extreme, but when you get a big move up like this, right? Maybe parabolic was the wrong word, but when you get a big move up like this, it doesn't mean you can't short. Like I was saying in the earlier in the stream, it doesn't mean you can't look for shorts. It just means that you need to understand the context of the market you're trading. And if you do get into a short, you have to understand that the trend is bullish, and you're going to want to be more conservative with those shorts and more greedy with the longs, which is exactly what I'm doing. I've been holding my longs forever and just looking for those quick little moves down to grab my bag, jump out of the market, and then just continue riding it up, right? So shout out to Juan, says, wanted you to know I recouped my L from last week plus a little more. Thanks for what you've built here. Shout out to Juan. Let's go. Bing bong. That's proof. That is proof that sometimes you do need to lose some money. But if you have a profitable trading strategy, or you were trading with responsible risk management over time, as long as you're using a strategy that's profitable over time, chances are you're going to make your money over time, right? Like all traders, even the best traders in the world, you're going to have a bad day. You're going to have a bad week, sometimes even a bad month. You could have an unprofitable month, and I see this happen all the time, and it's happened to me before too. You have a strategy or a system that works for you, right? And then you wind up having a bad week, and you're like, oh man, like what's going on with me? I'm off this week. And then you have a bad 2 weeks, and you're like, oh, man, what am I doing? And then you have a bad 3 weeks, and you're like, oh, my strategy is like not working anymore. What's happening? And then you have a bad month, and you're like, I got to get a whole new strategy now. What's going on? My strategy doesn't work anymore. And more often than not, guys, you have to understand whatever strategy you're trading is going to have an ideal market environment, right? Like some strategies are better for trend trading, right? Some strategies are better for range trading. And when you're not having a ranging market, a strategy that's based around or that works better in a ranging market is not going to work in a crazy parabolic move, right? So you have to realize that, sometimes you're going to have a bad month. It doesn't necessarily mean what you're doing is wrong. It just means, like, that's sometimes when you have to have the most discipline to just stick to your plan. If you truly know that you have a profitable trading strategy, you have to know that when I take this L for a whole month, if I just stick to my plan, eventually it'll become profitable again. And if you have 1 or 2 red months out of 12, you're still going to be profitable at the end, right? So, or you should be, right? As long as your losses are way smaller than your wins. And that all comes down to good risk management, right? Very hard skill to kind of master, right? Because your emotions kind of fight against it. You need to have good risk management and control your emotions. If you don't control your emotions, it's going to lead to bad risk management, right? Because you're going to get scared. Oh my God, I'm going to lose the trade. Oh my God, I'm just going to move my stop loss down. I don't want to lose. Because that's the problem, right? When price is approaching your stop loss, a lot of people see it as an L, like they're losing, right? They're going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to lose the trade if my stop loss gets hit. And obviously, you could just move the the goalpost, right? You could just move I won't lose it if I move it up. But the problem with that is, sure, you're further away from losing the trade, but if price keeps going up and you lose up there, it's going to be way worse of a loss, right? Very simple concept, but it's a very hard thing to master. One of the hardest things. Let's see. What is going on? Shout out to Dave. Dave says 4-7, 131, 13, 21. I don't know what that means, Dave, but shout out to you. And I say 21. Shout out to you, bro. But let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so continuing on here. Yeah, so for Ethereum, for the most part, guys, I would kind of be looking to respect these levels, right? Like, just like when we were down here, we were not looking for big moves up until we broke this level here, or moves down until we broke this level here. Very similarly, your key levels now are 21.46. You obviously have your previous daily low sitting right here at about 21.90. And then obviously your next key level to the upside, in my opinion, really would be like if you want more upside for Ethereum. I don't know if you're going to get it right now, but you got to crack that 23.50 mark. Now coming up to the 4 hour, you guys can see your Lux Algo Smart Trail coming right in on the top of this purple box, also in pretty good confluence with your previous daily low. Now, if you guys remember, when we look at this Smart Trail, what I like to see is a move, right? When you get a move to the upside or the downside, right? We got a bullish change of character all the way down here, but I'm pulling my fib from the local low here all the way to the high, and you can see our Smart Trail, kind of hard to see. Let me save this setting. Let me make the Smart Trail a little bit darker, just to make it a little bit more visible. Maybe not that visible. There you go. So you do have your Smart Trail coming in perfect confluence with this golden pocket, right? Oftentimes when this happens, there's a good chance that you're going to get some kind of a bounce, right? And for the most part, though, it doesn't look like we're likely to get just a massive yeet to the upside, if I'm being completely honest. Doesn't mean we can't get it, but not necessarily going to be looking for that as of right now, just because of, just like on Bitcoin, right, that 16-hour, that 12-hour, we're looking like they kind of wanted to cool off, and it's basically looking the same on Ethereum. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for the most part, looking very similar to Bitcoin. Those are your two key levels of support. And then locally, if you're looking for like scalps, what you could do is look at this kind of range here. And like I said, like you have a pretty nice confluent area down here between your Smart Trail on Lux Algo, your golden pocket, and your value area low of the range, right? So if we work our way down here, this may be where you're able to get some kind of a local move back up to your local range high. But that's really only if you're scalping, right? If you want to look for the bigger moves, we're not really going to be looking at that. But that's basically what I would be looking at on Ethereum. For the most part, money flow coming out here on the Lux Algo as well, right? Kind of looking similar to Market Cypher's money flow, right? Like 1 hour money flow coming to the downside here. 2 hour money flow also coming out, right? Very similar. I don't use the same strategy because the money flow is different on Lux Algo. And then you could see here as well, right? We talked about this yesterday. We had the bearish divergence into this resistance box, right? Higher highs on your price. Oh, I don't have to draw the line here. Lux Algo marks it out. Lower highs on your oscillator matrix here. And then you get the bearish divergence, and you get the move to the downside. Now, if you are new to this live stream, if you're new to the YouTube channel, I will say this. One of the easiest signals to look for a reversal, now, I don't want people getting it twisted. It's not 100% guarantee, but if you backtest divergences, guys, like this is one of the simplest things to find on the chart that will be a legitimate indication of a reversal, right? Like, but you can't just do it alone, right? You can't look at it alone. But when you get higher highs on your price action into a key level of resistance with lower highs on whatever oscillator you're looking at, it could be Lux. In this case, it's Lux Algo, and Lux Algo, literally, I didn't draw this, right? Lux Algo marks the divergence for you. When you see this gold line, it's letting you know price is going up, momentum is coming out. What does this let you know? Like, if price is creeping up, but momentum is coming out, what is pushing the price up? This is what that discrepancy tells you, right? You have the discrepancy between your price action and your oscillator, which is what warrants that correction to the downside. And they hit, guys. When you could get enough confirmations, these divergences will play out more often than they won't. Come over here, same thing. Bearish divergence, higher highs on your price action into a key level of resistance right here. Lower highs on your momentum waves, marked out with the gold line. Boom, you get the move down. Right? Same thing with the bullish divergences, right? You have lower lows on your price action, pretty massively lower lows, and you have the higher lows on your oscillator matrix. Boom, marked out with a gold line. Boom, into a key level of resistance right here. Boom, you get the move to the upside. Now, did we start a giant trend to the upside? No, but you get that nice little impulse, right? So it's pretty nice for scalping. But let's continue on. So, yeah, if we push down into that golden pocket, that's kind of where I would look for the bounce. And, yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at on Ethereum. Let's see. Sounds like it's Rob's birthday. Shout out to Wolfman Ate My Crypto. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. It is Rob's birthday and his wedding day. Him and Jessica got married today. It's great news for the CandleMafia. Let's see. Crypto Chef, what is going on? He says the chat is Frankie Freaky Foundation. Shout out to Crypto Chef. Is that our new foundation? Let's go. Pin my next comment. Rob the Crypto Snob. Let's go. Thank you for that, bro. DYDX is next on the list. DYDX. Let's check it. Okay. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Take a look at the daily. Okay, coming into the daily smart trail. That is, let's see. See if we have any golden pocket confluence. Okay, so we got a golden pocket confluence here. This is definitely a level I would look at, especially with the smart trail coming in. Boom. I would look for support here. 786 coming in at $2.31. Let's see, 12-hour. Let's check. It's probably a 12 and the 16-hour. Not looking the same as Bitcoin, to be quite honest with you. This golden pocket is going to be a pretty significant level, in my opinion. Money flow coming out on your 16-hour. Daily money flow rolling back over as well. 8-hour money flow in the red, looking for a green dot. Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. If we could push down into this green box, that's likely where you're going to see some kind of a bounce, right? Because, again, slight divergence. Slight. Nothing crazy. 4-hour bearish divergence confirmed. But look at the VWAP flop. Look at the rollover there. That is not the best look, in my opinion. But, oh, shout out to Golden. Let's go. Golden gifting those memberships, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Wealth, Servando Estrada. Shout out to you, bro. We got Bitfrog. Shout out to Peter Post. Shout out to Sam S. We got Ken, Simple Jack. Or actually, Ken didn't get one, but Simple Jack. We got Eric Crypto. Shout out to anybody who just got a membership from Golden. Let's go. Shout out to Golden, man. Absolutely unbelievable. Consistently giving back to the CandleMafia. I absolutely love it. It's insane. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much. Show Golden some love in the chat. Crypto Billy, you get one. You get one. You get one. You guys know Golden is the Oprah of crypto. Let's go. Spam those golden emojis if you just got a membership. Let's go. All right, continuing on here. Shout out to Golden. Shout out to Golden, man. Shout out to Golden. I pray I meet you one day, bro. I really do. But let's go ahead and continue on. So next key level, in my opinion, will be this golden pocket. Again, in confluence with the smart trail. You can see, where's that 4-hour? Yeah, 4-hour smart trail is in the red here. So obviously, guys, very similar to a moving average. That's kind of how these smart trails work. When you pull into the bullish smart trail, that's where you get the bounces more often than not. Obviously, you're not trading this alone. Obviously, you want to use other confirmation, but oftentimes, right, smart trail turns red, letting you know you may be entering a bearish trend. Candlesticks turn purple. You get a bearish break of change of character. Candlesticks turn purple. You come up into that purple smart trail, and then you get the rejection back to the downside. And we are just consistently rejecting that that resistance, right, or that smart trail. So, but similarly, zooming out a bit, we had the, what was it? Where were we? 16 hours at the daily? Yeah, daily smart trail coming in with some support here in confluence with that golden pocket. Could be something to watch. And then if you pull this local profile here, you can see the profile is respected as well. You came up, came back in, bounce off the low, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high. Now we are deviating from the low. Guys, this is typically where you want to be looking for the long positions, in my opinion, right? Now, what are we looking for down here? You could be looking for a whole bunch of different stuff, right? You could be looking for divergences. You could be looking at order flow. You could be looking for all types of confirmations to go long below as you deviate below that range to look for a move back to the POC. And then eventually the value area high. But as of right now, not seeing any real divergences. Have a little bit of a 15-minute divergence here. Not the prettiest looking divergence in my opinion, but we did get that change of character. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have, holding that 786 for dear life right now. Let's see if we can get the bounce. If you do get the bounce, I would look to come up towards that previous daily low. Get that value area low and pretty good confluence, right? So you kind of have another local profile here, right? He's kind of another local range down here. So this would actually be more kind of like the trade I would be looking at. I'm not saying enter a trade right now, but you do have like the bull divs, right? Kind of more macro. But I would just be looking for a potential scalp back up to the high of the range, right? If we can get confirmation. But if we come down to some lower time frames, Yeah, you did get a bull div right here on the 10-minute. Let's check the 5-minute. Yeah, 5-minute bullish divergence. Money flow coming back up. Maybe we could catch that move back up, potentially. You got to be careful, though, because your smart trail is coming in as resistance there. But, yeah, I mean, it's just simply put, right? Like volume profile from the low to the high, to the low, to the high, to the low. Are we going to get back to the high? Kind of hard to say. I mean, we could check, let's check 1 hour. No bull div on the 1 hour. Let's check the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour green dot's kind of iffy. I wouldn't be taking this trade, but would have a chance to play out in my opinion. 45-minute looking for a green dot, 30-minute looking for a green dot. We'll see. I mean, maybe that plays out. Could potentially, yeah. I mean, you are flipping that value area low as we speak. Let's check the order flow real quick. Can we get it on, let me see. Bear with me, guys. If we could find DYDX on here, this would be very, very, very helpful so we could actually see what's going on. I wish I could search in here. Let's see. One thing I like about trading light over exo charts would be the fact that you can search. Hopefully, I'm trying to scan this pretty quickly. I don't want to waste too much time looking for it. But also, by rushing this, I risk missing it. Where is it? Dash. Digibite. Come on. Dusk. It's got to be here. DYDX. Come on. Wherever you at. There it is. All right. Cool. Let's see. Let's see. There is a search bar above. Am I shot? Oh, I got to wait for it to load real quick. Let's see. I'm in traffic, but heard Jessica was looking for me. Shout out to Crimson's girlfriend. What is going on? Let's see. Let's see. Hey, shout out to D. Merck says, Frankie, everything I've learned from you finally paid off today. Took $100 and turned it into $1,600 based off volume profiles. Thank you. Need to figure out how to super chat. Shout out to D. Merck, bro. I'll give you the super chat sound effect. Anyway, bro, shout out to you. Congrats on your gains, man. And that is literally why we do this. Shout out to you, bro. Listen, I want you watching the channel, man. We want to hang out with you on the live streams, but this is my goal, right? When I have the Candle Mafia, you're making money based off what we teach here. Not that it's financial advice. It's just educational. But when we find out that we're able to help people, this is why I do this. It's for chats like that. You don't have to super chat. It's for reasons like that that I do this. Shout out to you, bro. Let's go. D. Merck cashing out on the volume profiles. Let's get it, baby. All right. Come on. Let's go. There we go. Oh, my God. Come on. Give me the sauce here, XO. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here. So, let's see. Let's zoom out. What are we? We're on the 30-minute. Okay. Zoom out a bit. Let me see here. Okay. So, let's see what we got going on. Oh, God. The tick size all messed up right now. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. So, let's try to figure out what's going on down here. It's a little hard to read here on DYDX for some reason. But, so, okay. This is, all right, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of sauce here. This may be really confusing for some people, but when you, I don't know if I want to explain this right now. We're going to freak out a lot of people. But just trying to look here, really what I am looking for is, I'm basically just looking for heavy volume and I'm looking for people to be shorting at this low here, right? And typically, at least on exo charts, what I like to look for is when you have a lot of people shorting the low, oftentimes what will happen is basically their stop losses are above, right? So if you have a lot of people shorting the low here, chances are if you wind up getting first off, if you have a lot of people shorting the low, number one, it means that people could be entering their shorts late. And number two, it also means that they could be adding fuel to a potential move to the upside by having their liquidation levels and stop losses above. Number three, if we keep seeing a lot of selling pressure, but we are not breaking the level of support, this could indicate absorption and be a sign of a large limit order being filled down here. And once that large limit order, if the aggressive sellers are unable to break that limit order will likely reverse the price. And as it starts to push up, all the people who are shorting are going to get stopped out, adding a little bit of gas to that fire to push you back up to that value area high. Now, as I look here, I don't really see the heavy volume I want to see, right? These blue boxes indicate the volume, and the darker the box, the higher the number, right? And you can see back down here, this was a pretty good sign of some kind of absorption, right? You had a lot of selling. You had a lot of negative delta, letting us know that more people were shorting in this candle than longing, right? And you had 1.9 million volume, right? A nice dark blue box, letting you know there was a lot of volume, right? Like 3.8 million, a lot of volume. 2 million, a lot of volume. 695, not that much volume, right? So that's showing us that as we push down on this candle and we cannot break the level, you see that could indicate a potential, not a potential, but just potential absorption. And then sometimes that's what reverses price to the upside. But to be honest, I'm not really seeing the confirmations here that I like to see. The one thing we do have is the value area of the candle within the wick, right? Now, this little highlighted box here is the value area. This is where most of the volume was transacted within the candle. Very similar to a regular volume profile, but just analyzing what's going on within the candle, right? So just like on a volume profile that we're used to looking at, that between the high and the low of the range is where 70% of the volume was transacted. That makes between these two levels the value area, or the fair value for DYDX in this example, right? Now on exo charts, this is same thing. It's the value area, but just the value area of the candle. And sometimes when it's in the wick of the candle like this, it could indicate reversal, right? Especially when you're reclaiming value area low. But it's not the best confirmations in my opinion. I'd like to see heavier volume. I'd like to see heavier negative delta as well. But just looking at this, basically if you're able to hold above this value area low, you could see a reversal to the top of the range. We'll monitor this. I'm not going to take the trade, but we'll just see if it plays out for fun. But other than that, guys, looking similar to Bitcoin, not exactly the same. Money flow coming out on your 12-hour. 1 hour money flow. Yeah, it's actually looking much different than Bitcoin, right? Money flow's coming up technically a little bit on your 1 hour here. 2 hour red dot printing. Kind of mishmashy on this thing. You may just kind of consolidate. But other than that, your key level to the downside, in my opinion, the next key level would be the golden pocket here between 275 and about 276. Shout out to Golden. Thank you for that super chat, bro. He said spaghetti with red sauce and Sicilian meatballs for dinner. Garlic cheese bread with butter on the side. Are you hungry now? Shout out to Golden. Hey, Golden, I love that you called it sauce because everybody who isn't actually Italian thinks that Italians call it gravy. We don't call it gravy. It's I think they said that in My Cousin Vinny. They said pass the gravy. No one says gravy. It's sauce. It's macaroni sauce. It's not gravy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm Sicilian. I've never heard anybody call it gravy in my life. But yeah, it's crazy what a movie can do. But there we go. Shout out to Golden. Yes, now I am hungry. But there's no good Italian food in the ATL, Golden, so now I'm going to have to ask my mother to send me some of that sauce. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Golden. Bro, you don't have to super chat, my dude. Thank you so much, bro. Literally the GOAT. I appreciate you so much. But let's go ahead and check out Dogecoin. That is the next one on the list. Let's go ahead and see it. Are you hungry, kids? Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. I don't know why I'm like this, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see. Dave Digital says, gravy. Stop saying gravy. I love gravy, and I don't think I'm supposed to eat gravy, but I really love gravy, so please stop saying gravy. That's enough gravy, please. Enough with the gravy. Shout out to Dave Digital. Do you like gravy, bro? Shout out to you, man. Tony D said, Focus and Prosper says, new to the show and loving it. Top-notch TA and breakdowns. Shout out to Focus and Prosper, bro. I appreciate that very much, man. That really does mean a lot. I work very hard at trying to display all this stuff in an easy-to-understand manner while also keeping the TA advanced enough to be useful. Very tricky balance, right? You don't want to go too advanced on people because then, my whole thing is I want to show that you don't need to be some kind of crazy, I think a lot of people, I say this all the time, a lot of people think that you need to be some kind of math genius or you need to know all about algorithms and all this stuff to be good at trading because they look at a chart and they see all these things and it's very confusing. But I really try to break it down into a completely easy to understand manner. But I also don't just want to be like, hey guys, this is support and this is resistance. I want to keep it advanced enough so you guys still have an edge with your TA, but also be able to explain it easily. So that means a lot, bro. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for saying that. It really does mean a lot. And welcome to the channel. Smash that like button and the subscribe button. We go live every single weekday at 5:45. And then real quick before we jump back into the TA, shout out to Midnight Sapphire said, PSA, scam ads are taking over YouTube again. Be careful. Yeah, guys, be careful. I will never DM you. Scam ads, that's not what he's talking about. But I'm just saying, if you get a DM from me and I'm asking for money or something, that's never going to happen. I will never DM you first. But only DMs you'll ever get from me or Tony are asking for a physical address or a wallet address to send money, never a seed phrase or passwords or anything like that. It's not me. I actually got a text message today from somebody, one of my friends, and they were messing with a Frankie Candle scammer. They're like, dude, I get 7 of these a day. I love it. And he sent me the whole screenshot of the whole conversation. It was hilarious. He was roasting the scammer. And the scammer was mad at him for wasting his time. Scumbags. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Dave Digital said, Frank, are you still going to send me those 2 ETH? You remember when you said that? Shout out to Dave Digital. Don't listen to anybody out there, guys. They're posers. They're posing like me. But yeah, no, just be careful, guys. The scammers are absolutely crazy. And they're like weeds. You get rid of one and 17 other ones pop up. It's impossible to get under control. We've actually had people unfortunately get scammed. And it's horrible. And we feel terrible. There's nothing we can do about it. We try. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. All set said, love it. Play the scammer like a yes, play the scammer like the drummer boy. Shout out to you. I mean, like the drums, I guess. I just said drummer boy. Shout out to All Set. Yeah, it's hilarious. Like cockroaches. Yeah, absolutely, Mystic Ruin. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Doge here and see what we got going. Look at the wick on this thing. Look at that wick, guys. That's a big wick if I've ever seen one. Let's see. Getting it marked out as a liquidity grab on Lux Algo prop. Oh, no liquidity grab box. Interesting. All right, let's and guys, what did we say yesterday? Oh, by the way, if you guys want to get Lux Algo, you guys can check out luxalgo.com and you could click the link in the description down below if you guys want to sign up and get some discounts. Super powerful indicator. I kind of show you guys the main reason or one of the main ways that I use to enter trades. But it's there's a million different things on Lux Algo. This is kind of my main setup. I don't go through every single feature on the show, but they have a lot of other stuff. I highly recommend going to check them out. You guys see me use it on the show and in the videos as well. But if you guys want to check it, link in the description down below. We love Lux Algo. They're amazing. But anyway, you guys can see here, right? We get that push into guys, this is literally, I love this. I love this. This is like the market helping me teach class right now. Doorway to higher prices. Why is this the doorway to higher prices? Simply put, we knew that once we broke above this level, there's a doorway to higher prices. Why is this the doorway to higher prices? Simply put, if you pull up the VPVR or the Visible Range Volume Profile, if you're a nerd, you can see that there's actually a pretty significant fall off in volume. Now, excuse me, shout out to whoever said they were new to the show. If you're not familiar with volume profiles, pay attention. This is one of the biggest things that you can learn from them, right? When you have a high volume node, this is where price likes to stay, right? Price is typically attracted to these high volume nodes and oftentimes will range around with them, right? So you can see price had a quick move down right here. Let me just turn off the indicators to make it clear real quick. Actually, no, hang on. Yeah, I'll just do this. Okay, so let me just resize. Bada boom. Turn this off. Bada boom. Okay, so as we look at this, guys, the high volume node is sitting right here very clearly, right? So what happens? We get a quick move down. And what happened through this quick move down? If you go to the profile, you could see there's a volume gap, right? So you get a quick move down, and we could say every time you enter back into that low volume gap, you'll probably get a quick move. And then we got to move to the upside, quick move through the gap, right? And then even here, we peeked into the gap, quick move. Peeked into the gap, quick move. And then right here, just as you would expect, right? If you could decisively get into this low volume gap, you will see those quick moves up and look at that wick. Absolute giant rip to the upside. However, we are getting crushed back down. We're getting it eaten all the way back up. All those bears are just eating all those orders and pushing it back to the downside, right? But you guys see, remember we said that yesterday, if we pop over this level anymore, you may see a quick move up, and we did attempt to push up through the gap, but we are getting met with some sellers. So let's go ahead and dig a little bit deeper, right? Daily VWAP rolling to the downside, that would be a little bit more bearish in my opinion. 12-hour looking for the red dot, 10-hour printing the red dot. So here's the thing. Right now, we have crossed the doorway to higher prices, and we are simply going to look for this to flip to support, and then that may be where you're able to get the jump up. if you are able to get a jump up through that low volume gap, what is the next level that we're looking at? Simply put, we're going to be looking, pull up the VRVP again, or VPVR as I like to call it. If we do wind up getting a push back up through this zone, right, we flip this value area low to support, yeet back up through the purple box. Next key level, in my opinion, is going to be, or next two key levels, is going to be right here between the value area low and the POC. So if price comes up here, you are basically looking for price to break above the value area low, and then that would be your indication that we're probably going to start getting moves up on Dogecoin, potentially bringing you up to that $17 level. 17-cent level. Dogecoin is nowhere near $17, guys. Sorry. But there you go. That's kind of what we're looking at, right? Very similar. Like, nothing really new has happened since yesterday, but I do want you guys to see what happened when we pushed into the low volume gap. You got that quick move up, right? So if we flip that value area high to support, look for a push up. Those are the next two key levels between about 13 and 14 cents. And then value area high at 17 cents. But really the goal is to get back within this volume profile. Other than that, I mean, Dogecoin's sitting at its bear market range, right? So if this is the breakout, if it is the breakout, could be, more upside to come here, right? Money flow crossing over into the green, fresh money flow crossover into the green on the 2-day. Let me hide this Lux Algo badge real quick. There you go. Fresh money flow crossover on the 2-day. 3-day money flow, fresh crossover as well. 4-day looking to come up into the green as well. That would indicate the longer-term trend is likely to continue to the upside, guys. So there you go. That's what we're looking at on Dogecoin. Simply volume profiles and money flow crossovers. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. What do we got next? What's the next coin here? XRP. Let's check out XRP. Bada boom. All right, attempting to break into that value area low. So here we are. As you guys know, we've been looking at XRP for quite some time here. And what do we have happening, right? We are been stuck below that value area low for quite some time. We could not get back above it, but right now we are attempting to get back up into this range. Now, are we going to see a much bigger move to the upside? Potentially. This is kind of what makes me think that you could potentially continue up into this volume profile. Look at your 2-day. Money flow about to cross over into the green. Oh, wow, we just printed another 2-day candle, like live. There we go. Well, now VWAP is rolling back over, but you did get that fresh money flow crossover, which could, again, indicate that the uptrend may be likely to start to the upside. Daily money flow has been in the green for quite some time. Take a look at the 3-day. Fresh money flow crossover right here with your fresh green dot. But the daily, not really agreeing with you. VWAP rolling over on the 12-hour, 16-hour. Checking the 4-hour, looking for the red dot. 1 hour looking for the red dot. 30-minute looking for the red dot. I mean, it looks choppy, guys. This is ugly price action, right? It's just like chop city, big wicks, chop city. I'm not a big fan of that price action. But I will say, if you're going to get a move up, this 2-day and 3-day green dot with the money flow crossovers would be the thing to likely do it, right? Now, if we do continue up, if we keep pushing up on XRP, where are we going to go likely? Well, Golden Pocket at about Golden Pocket 786 retracement between 68 cents and 71.20, or just 71 cents essentially, is going to be that next key level of resistance. So if this trend continues up, that's the key level I'm watching for a rejection, right? Now, if we come down from where we're at right now, right, red dot looking to print on the 90-minute, potential 4-hour bearish divergence looking to print here with your higher highs on price action. A little bada boom, a little bada bing right here. If you get that bearish divergence to print, really what I'd look for is if you get the pullback, I'd look to hold the value area low. But it's not until you lose the value area low again that we are at risk for lower prices, right? So there you go. Kind of a mixed bag here on XRP, to be honest. But the fact that we're over that value area low, right, which is the doorway to higher prices, could be an indication that we could come up. And then this is your key level, right? 63 cents remains your key level. So there you go. All right, let's see. Shout out to Cade, says I'm behind on the stream. It's okay, Cade. We forgive you. I don't know if you're watching this live or in the past, but if you're seeing this, we love you, bro. We love you. All right, let's see. Let's see. Every time CG claims innocence, all the polygraph machines in a 5-mile radius explode. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Crimson's, CG's Crimson's girlfriend, I assume. Shout out to you guys going ballistic in the chat. But let's see. You guys are funny. All right, let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. What's next? We got Doge, XRP, ADA. Let's check out ADA, or ADA, or Cardanzo, as some people like to call it. Let's check it out. Oh, it's going to the moon. Quick check on Bitcoin. Still a little bit of bing bong. 12 and 16 hour red dots confirmed. Interesting. 1 hour green dot. Oh, man. I mean, this is also, I hate to get sidetracked here, guys, but I would say, I mean, just in general, right? Somewhat of a bull pennant, right? Like kind of like a bull pennant right now forming here. So does look like bullish consolidation in my opinion, right? But these don't always break to the upside. Sometimes they will fake to the downside and then reclaim and then continue to the upside, right? You'll get like a liquidity grab, which could happen on this wick down here, right? If you come down to a lower time frame. Yeah, I mean, I would say, I mean, either this wick right here, you could swing fail that wick, or you could also swing fail this wick down here, right? So yeah, that's sometimes how the bull pennants wind up playing out. But sometimes they also, like the traditional way people like to see them play out, is just bing, bong, breakout, retest, boom. So that's how they typically break out. But oftentimes they will scam the retail by stopping everybody out. And then, because when you have a bull pennant like this, oftentimes people will long the low, right? The low trend line. And then price will just stop out all the longs and then yeet it to the upside. And that would be one of those areas or positions where you're sitting there being like, I thought we were going up. They just wicked me out and then sent price where I thought it was going anyway. So you got to be aware of, where those liquidations are sitting and where people are likely to get wrecked from, right? And again, we looked at the liquidation heat map, not the heat map, but the liquidation chart earlier. All those liquidation levels we know are sitting below this range, right? And just for anyone who wasn't here, you can see those liquidations sitting just below the range, right? That's the range. These are all the long liquidations. So there you go. X-ray vision into the markets, guys. X-ray vision into the markets. You need it if you want to have an edge. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Going back to ADA. So let's see. Where we at? Bring back ADA. That's XRP. Bring back ADA. There we go. All right, here we go. I just heard a squeaky noise. Oh, it's Mrs. Candles. Mrs. Candles out in the chat. In the stew. She's in the stew. Hey, let's see the hand. 0 cent, guys. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10 hand scent. Let them smell on the camera. What'd you guys think? Let me know. Hang on. Put your hands up. Nose emojis in the chat. Sniffer hand. Come on. One sniff, guys. One sniff. Okay, there you go. Let me know what it smells like. There's nothing. It's a 0 out of 10, guys. 0 out of 10 tonight. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. All right, go. She's going to make pizza. Oh, baby, let's go. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. All right, guys. So here we are, right? Epic. So what this is essentially, guys, is a giraffe unicorn formation. You have your 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 legs. Well, you really have 2 legs here. And then your giraffe neck, your ear, face. No tongue on this one, unfortunately. But, yeah, this is a very bearish pattern, guys, in my opinion. But I'm just kidding, guys. But anyway, let's get serious here. Daily, serious live stream, guys. Okay, so, yeah, the daily on Cardano. We have come up to these previous highs. Are we going to reject here? Well, we kind of already are, to be quite honest with you. So, let's see. Daily VWAP rolling to the downside. 12-hour VWAP rolling to the downside. 8-hour red dot printing. Checking the 15-minute, 24-minute, and 30-minute money flow. See the money flow coming out here on the 30-minute. Oh, my God, guys. The hand emojis are killing me right now. The nose emoji. Yo, you guys are wild. Post with the open mouth emoji. Oh, God. Shout out to the CandleMafia. You guys are hilarious. But anyway, money flow coming to the downside on your 30 and 24-minute with your 8-hour red dot looking to confirm in about 7 hours and 52 minutes. So you do have time for that money flow to come down. You do have that time for that money flow to come down on the 24-minute to the 30-minute. If we are going to get a bigger breakdown here, I do think those money flow crossovers on those time frames would be what I would be looking for to start the bigger move down. But if we go ahead and pull our local range here, I mean, this is a wonked out. This is weird price action, if I'm being honest. But let's see. Yo, shout out to Dave Digital said, I'm not sure how we do this internet fighting thing. Golden, but put up your dukes. Shout out to Dave. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, Cardano kind of just ranging around up here. Nothing really that exciting. But I will say you do have some nice divergences on the lower time frames, right? So you have your 30-minute bear div, right, with money flow coming out as well as, right, so bearish divergence, momentum coming down, price action coming up, money flow coming down, and then the, and we are starting to deviate below the range here. Now, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of dead, to be honest. It's just kind of ranging around here. But I will say, 8-hour red dot, 12-hour, 16-hour red dot. In that aspect, daily red dot looking to print. It does look like we could potentially cool off here, in my own personal opinion, right? Not financial advice, but if we did wind up cooling off here, coming on back down to the volume profile, yeah, it's kind of hard to say, guys. I'll be honest. Like, it's kind of an ugly chart. But yeah, I mean, you lose these lows right here, in my opinion. You lose these lows. Whoops. Oops. Come on. If you lose these lows, this white line, it's kind of hard. You have a lot of, you kind of have like a bunch of like small high volume nodes here. But if we start pulling some significant golden pockets here, yeah, this is kind of the next key level. If you wind up losing the range lows, that's your next key level right down here. Golden pocket at about 43 cents. Because although you do have some spikes in volume, right, like you're probably going to get a bounce near this high volume node. But if you lose this high volume node, like probably going to come down here, in my opinion. 786 maybe even more likely, right? Because that's like really where your high volume node is, down at the 786 at about 42.51. So that's kind of what I'd look for. I mean, it's kind of an ugly chart, to be honest with you guys, like quite honestly. But overall, like looking at the higher time frames, I'm actually going to delete all this. Yeah, higher time frames, right? You pull your bigger range here. Man, just pull it all the way. Bear with me, guys. So, yeah, I would say value area high, value area low, POC. Yeah, you could put in the bear div here on the 2-day. Same thing as Bitcoin as well. But fresh money flow crossover, guys. This trend is likely to continue to the upside based off the 2-day money flow, in my own personal opinion. So that's kind of what I would look for. Fresh money flow crossover on the 2-day, 3-day fresh money flow crossover, and a fresh green dot as well. But again, 12 and the 16, like these 12 and 16 hours, even the 10-hour, like looks like we may get a short-term cool-off, right? So again, keeping an eye on this volume profile. Bada boom, bada bing, right about here. Turn it neutral. There we go, right? So this is kind of the context that you're looking at. So if you cool off, kind of like the next key level I would look at right here, if you do get a cool off, if we can get confluence on this golden pocket, value area high, yeah. Next key level of support, in my opinion, would probably be here. So if we get a significant cool off, that's your key level. Not only is this a level of support, but you know if you break below this and can't get back above, you now have insight into where price will go next, POC at about 36 cents. But really, the way money flow looks, I think it is more likely to get a cool off to put in a higher low and then continue the move to the upside. So there you go, Cardano. All right, let's continue on. Oh, hey, Sin City Crypto in the chat. What is going on, guys? Thank you for stopping by. Let's see. Shout out to Sin City. Said, absolutely love this community. We love you back, Sin City. What is going on? Big shout out to the Mafia for helping Sin City hit 10K. Let's go. Guys, seriously, congratulations. You guys deserve 10K more than most people in this space. And, yeah, you guys really do put out. Guys, Sin City, if you guys are not following Sin City or subscribe to their channel, go check them out, guys. They put up some of the, not only some of the most high-quality content or high-quality information, but also they have one of the highest quality channels, in my opinion, right? Like, very professional, like basically broadcast TV status production value. Super, super cool. They're awesome people as well. Super down to earth, good, genuine, good human beings. We need more of that in this space. So shout out to Sin City. Go check them out, guys. We love you guys dearly. And Mafia always supports Sin City. Let's get it. All right, let's continue on. Dark Crash says, drink some water. Shout out to you, bro. Oh, Mrs. Candles. What is that for Sin City Crypto? Oh, Mrs. Candles just popped into the studio and just threw up a... There it is. Okay, there she goes. Mrs. Candles. Shout out to Sin City Crypto. Let's go. She just came out of nowhere, just ran in the studio with her thumb in the air. I love it. Too funny. She's in like a wacky mood tonight, guys. Shout out to Dark Crash. Take a sip of that. Just not Aztec and Cactus Moss water, just water. All right. Got this microphone's in my way. That was weird. I'm not gonna smack it again. I'm sorry. Anyway, Sin City. I just called Mrs. Candles Sin City. Mrs. Candles, Sin City says they love you back. She yelled something. I think she said love you too. Shout out to Mrs. Candles and Sin City Crypto. But guys, that's what we're looking at on ADA. Let's go ahead and check HNT. Going to the moon here, guys. Going to the moon here. Hang on. Let's see. There we go. We need some more price history. There we go. All right. So that this will do. Hang on, guys. Okay. There we go. That's better. All right. So checking out HNT. It's pumping. Let's check it. Shout out to Midnight Sapphire. Said, I have a feeling the awesome Mrs. Candles is lurking in chat, but that was a great way to clean up the dirty minds talking about her candle, man. Bravo, Mrs. Candles. Bravo. Shout out to Midnight Sapphire. You're funny, bro. But here we are, guys. This thing is absolutely getting a shot to the upside. And luckily, we do have some price action to look at here. Now, first off, my brain just instantly goes to this area of consolidation. And it's just like my brain automatically pulls the range, right? And I'm just going to experiment with this range just slightly. Yeah, I would probably pull this one right here. Kind of hard to get that one. It's a very, very tight range, but we're going to mark it out anyway. And we're going to go ahead and turn it neutral. And, yeah. So we'll just take a look here. Yeah, and look at where you're rejecting from, guys. Like right from the value area high right here. So let's come into a lower time frame. And I'm actually going to label out the actual value area high, POC, and value area low of the range. So you have your value area low. You have your POC. And you have your value area high. So there we go. And if we come and move into our current price action, you guys can see that, yeah, I mean, we came up towards that. We'll come down to a lower time frame, get a little bit more of a detailed view. And you can see how these levels are respected, guys. I almost said rejected. But we come up, right? Come up into that POC. We kind of got above it a little bit. Then we came back down, hit our head, 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 break it, flip it to support, right to the POC, right to the value area high. Boom. Bing bong. That's how they work, guys. But it's not that simple, right? I don't want anyone thinking you could just blindly trade these things. But, I mean, look at that beautiful rejection from the value area high. But let's take a look at the daily. Daily VWAP rolling over. 16 and 12-hour VWAPs also rolling over. Take a look at the 4-hour, looking for the red dot. Yeah, I mean, you are looking to print a... You may be able to come down a little bit more here, in my opinion. Now, I would not necessarily... Let's pull up Lux Algo really quickly. I wouldn't necessarily just be shorting here out of nowhere, right? What I would do is I would like to come down to a lower time frame and try to see where the likely retracement would bring us, right? So you guys can see here on the 1 minute, this is kind of how I like to find entries locally. So here we go, right? I'll pull from the high all the way to the low. And it might not be this full retracement, right? We might have to pull it to a more local high here. So this would be, in my opinion, if we are going to continue down, this would be a level of resistance to look at. Number one, you have your 786 golden pocket retracement, right? So move that to shorts. Yeah, and then your smart trail is running through that with almost perfect confluence, right? And what happened here? Bearish change of character. Candles turned red. This lets us know that as we retrace, we could be potentially safe to look for a short. So if we do continue to get that push to the upside into this purple box / smart trail, if the smart trail continues in this direction, that could be where we could look for the entry into the short, right? And then the target for this would essentially be the POC and then the value area low of the range, getting closer to about 440. So that's kind of what I would look for locally, right? And then also, yeah, VWAP rolling over on the 1 minute, but that's not really necessarily that important, right? Like even your 12-minute VWAP rolling up, like once you get the green dot, could easily pull into this rejection zone. And then also, you know, you could even pull your fib from the high all the way to the low and then come up to a slightly higher time frame. And I mean, this still could be not impossible to come back up here and test this level as well, right? Because it is still your full golden pocket retracement as well as your value area high just above. So these are kind of the two zones that I would be looking for a potential rejection or retracement on HNT, right? Now, on top of that, basically, what I would be looking for, again, remember, 1 hour bearish divergence could be the actual more macro signal, right? We aren't entering on the 1 hour bearish divergence. We're kind of using that 1 hour bear div as a more of a macro-ish signal to let us know that a bigger move down may come. And then if we can get a nice little entry on this candle when we zoomed in on the lower time frame, could be pushing into one of these zones to reject from, that's where we look to take the trade. And then by the time price retraces and hits one of these zones and we get into a short, at that point, that 1 hour bearish divergence may be printing, and then we have a pretty fire entry to ride that thing down, potentially to the POC or value area low. And based off the volume profile, the laws of the volume profiles, I like to call them, we've already gone from the low to the high. So the next likely place for price to go is going to be, in this case, either back to the value area high or even more likely the POC. So maybe we get a little retracement into one of these purple boxes, and then we go back down to the POC. If we don't get that, really the invalidation for looking for a short here, in my opinion, is if, you really basically have to break the value. You have to break out of the value area high. But I don't know if you're going to do that with all these higher hourly time frame VWAPs rolling back to the downside looking for red dots. So there you go. And especially, just after a move like that, coming up to a higher time frame, right? Like after a move like this, you could get a sizable correction to come in. All right, let's continue on. Let's see. IOET had a nice pump today. I swapped for some Pyth earlier. Shout out to I'm My Hero. Let's go, baby. Jessica said, don't short. All right, let's see. So what was that? That was HNT. We're looking at CRU next. And but Dave Digital says, Frankie, 1 hour ordy. Do I need to get out or what? Let's check it. Let's check the 1 hour. Oh, okay. 1 hour money flow is coming to the downside, probably in line with that no 16. Okay, so you don't have that 16-hour, 1 hour setup. So that actually makes me feel a little bit better. Your money flow is definitely coming out, but watch your VWAP here, Dave. Yeah, looking to print. I mean, this is not financial advice, Dave. Don't just do what I say. I'm telling you that right now. You'll probably lose all your money. Trust me. But I'm just kidding. Well, don't do what I say. This is not financial advice. This is educational only. VWAP on the 30-minute is looking to print that green dot. Now, you are putting in a higher low. Hold up. Yeah, you guys are right. You guys are so right. There is a search bar up here. I swear I'm not blind, guys. I am not blind. I may be half blind. I'm not completely blind, though. Let's see. I don't think they're going to have this. Oh, they do have it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Long, baby, long. Shout out to Jessica. Let's see. Actually, you know what I want to check on real quick? Let's check out DUIDX real quick again. question is, what chart were we looking at? Oh, it was this one. Okay, yeah. So, all right. I kind of wanted to monitor this throughout the stream. Not that you guys should be taking these trades, but POC is the target. POC is the first target. This would be TP1, right? It's kind of like a live little trading lesson here. So we got above the value area low. We're starting to push up just a little bit. First TP would be POC, right? So we'll call that TP1. And then TP2 would be just before that value area high. Hopefully no one took this. You guys should not just be taking trades that are on the chart, right? Don't take these. But I'm just saying that could play out. Or it might get wrecked. I don't know. But I'm just looking at it for fun. All right, let's go back to Orty on XO charts. Come on, baby. Come on. Calculating T size. Ooh, what is your T size? All right, let's continue on. Okay, so taking a little bit of a deeper look here into Orty. What I want to look at is going to be, okay, interesting. Dave, you're in a long. That is correct. Is that correct, Dave? Dave? Guys, Dave is in the studio. Dave? Okay. Okay, Dave. Okay, is it okay, yeah, in at 51 in at 51.07, 25% swings have driven me crazy. Oh my God, I'm sure they are. I am sure they are. Well, we do have lower lows on our CVD here with higher low. We could continue up here, in my opinion. Now, here's the thing, Dave. I would be a little bit careful just for the fact that just for the simple fact that your 1 hour VWAP is coming up. If you get a green dot here, you may be able to push higher, right? Just understand that your money flow is clearly losing steam here. So I don't know how much more this is going to carry you to the upside. But like if I was in profit here, I'd probably be taking profits locked in my what do you say, 51 he's in at? I mean, yeah, for a nice little scout there. I mean, come on, Dave. Come on, 51 cent. Come on, bro. Let's go. Shout out to Dave crushing the trades, bro. Nice little entry at 50. I mean, bro, I'll give you a little bit of a roadmap here. This is not financial advice. This is not what you should be listening to, right? But I will say, if I were in this trade, what I would simply be looking at, you have a completely wonked out swing. Yeah, you do have completely wonked out price swings here. But great, nice trade, bro. Get right in on the retrace, dude. Was it a golden pocket? Is that what you were looking at? Come on, Dave. Tell me you were looking at the golden pocket. This guy's the... Shout out to Dave Digital, bro. Bing bong. Shout out to Dave, bro. Tell me you were looking at the golden pocket. Tell me. I entered the fourth at 6 p.m. I can't see the rest of that chat because it's covered up by this emoji. But once someone else chats. There we go. Not great. Oh, okay. I entered the fourth. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, let me know what you were looking at there, Dave. Yeah, let me know what you're looking at. Was it the golden pocket? If so, not a bad entry, bro. I mean, I'm trying to see what you might have seen there. Not a bad trade, bro. Shout out to Dave Digital, man. Good work. But what I would really be looking at here, you don't really have too much of a volume profile to look at, unfortunately, which is basically like my roadmap. And like, yeah, you just got a wonked out profile here. It's just like not giving you anything. But what I would look at really for the most part is I'd watch the fibs, right? And what we could do is pull up the VPVR, right? And just find out where the high volume nodes are. So let's pull up the 4 hour. This thing is just absolutely yoinked out. Okay, so volume profile says, let me just turn off some of this stuff. Volume profile says, yeah, golden pocket. This would be my TP, in my opinion, Dave. Not financial advice. It could dump from here for all I know, right? Like there's nothing that just because I say it doesn't mean it's going to happen. I would be careful, honestly. Just because 4 hour red dot, like that's not the best look. So if I was in profit here, I'd be TPing right here, right? Because what are you up? You're up about 10%. I would TP here. For me, not for you. I would TP here and wait for a move up to that golden pocket, and then that golden pocket actually. Yeah, that golden pocket would probably be the next TP for me, in my opinion. I would probably TP here and then wait for that golden pocket, see if it happens. But that's what I would do, Dave. Not what you should do. It's what I would do. But I lose trades sometimes, so just keep that in mind. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Post, bro, with the that lip biting emoji, bro. What is that? I didn't know that existed. That is hilarious. Say it, Dave. Say it. Shout out to Post, bro. Dude, the lip bite emoji is wild. Tony D, you see that? That lip bite emoji is crazy, bro. IOTA, we can take a look at IOTA. But let's go ahead and jump in here, guys, and take a look at CRU. We had to help out our boy Dave. Nice entry, Dave. Seriously, nice entry. Yeah, but, yo, Dave, did you enter in on that golden pocket? I didn't see you answer. Oh, he's looking at 1618 at 82. Okay, wait, hang on. I want to go back to that. Oh, for longer term, looking for the 1618. Let's see. God, I got to get rid of some of this stuff. All right, let's see. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Yeah, 8250 is where I have it. Well, that would be, I mean, if you break to 786, that would be essentially that $80-ish level would be the next place I would look as well. So not bad, bro. Not bad. I really can't hate on this, bro. This is a nice trade. But yeah, let's see. Oh, wait. Yo, I'm confused. Wait, Dave, you're in a long, right? I think he is. I think he's in a long. Okay, let's continue on. I want to get through these altcoins because we are running out of time. Let's go ahead and check out CRU. Let's see. Let's check out CRU. Where we at? Gate.io. Okay, we'll check out. Look at the MEXC chart. Let's check it. 4 hour. Ooh, what is this? Looking a little wonked out. I don't hate it. Let's see. 16-hour red dot, 12-hour red dot printing, very similar to Bitcoin. Money flow looking to come out here. So with the 12 and 16-hour red dots, we're going to come on down to the 45-minute money flow coming out, and then the 1 hour money flow kind of coming up, kind of flat. Kind of hard to say. I'm going to give you the levels on this. Kind of unclear on the indicators, if I'm being honest. But you do have some nice context here, right? So you have this previous value area. I would mark this out. Boom. Boom. Change this to neutral. And then these are the key levels I would watch, right? So golden pocket, really key level for me. I don't often like to trade the middle of the range, right? But based off the context here, value area, like these are the levels I would look at, right? Like you're basically completely deviated from this level, or from this volume profile, right? Or value area, or area of balance, whatever you want to call it, right? And then you're coming back down. You have your golden pocket sitting here at about between 96 and 95 cents. I would actually like to see this break the golden pocket, come into your 786 POC, and if you're able to do that with bullish confirmation, that could be where you get the bigger breakout, in my opinion, right? And then your daily, yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff could potentially cool off. Like, honestly, in the macro, this actually doesn't look as good on the higher time frames, in my opinion. I actually may not look for that. Now, I would still be looking at these levels, right? Because if you were going to look for a short on a retracement up here and look to short this thing back down, based off of some things I'm going to show in a second, you would, if you were a short from here, you would want to be looking to take profit, in my opinion, at the value area high, potentially the POC, and then the value area low. That would kind of be like the trading plan, right? Looking for a short, looking to take profit at these levels, right? Now, with that being said, taking a look at your daily, actually on the higher time frames, this thing actually does not look too hot, in my opinion, right? Now, you do have a potential daily bear div, right? Higher highs on your price, Lower highs on your momentum waves, right? Not the strongest divergence, and you have a fresh money flow crossover into the green, right? So indicating that the trend is likely to continue up. However, you may be able to cool off just a little bit here, right? So once you start printing that red dot, and not only the red dot, but the bearish divergence here on the daily, that is going to be a pretty good signal that you're going to get a bigger move down. So that's why I would potentially be looking for shorts if you get a retracement to the upside, right? Because also your money flow coming out on the 30-minute, the 24-minute, on top of some of these red dots printing. I mean, you even have a bear div here on your 6-hour printing. So on any retracement, you could potentially have a little bit of a short-term bearish bias to get a little bit more of a move down to this value area high, coming in at 93 cents. So if you come down, that's your key level of support. All these bear divs may be able to bring you down more, especially with that daily bear div looking to print. But it's not even printing yet, so you could get invalidated potentially. But once it starts printing, that's how I would handle things. So there we go. That is what we're looking at on Crust. Somebody said IOTA, I believe. We could take a look at this. Very similar, getting a bit of a move up here. Actually already has cooled off just a bit. Let's zoom out just a tiny. Let's see. Let me pull up a. Let's see. What do I want to look at here? Look at Binance. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, oh man, I wish I knew what we were looking at back here, but this was a long time ago. All right, let's go ahead and see here. So I can already tell. I'm gonna pull this range right here. Bada boom, bada bing. And there you go, sitting right on the POC. That is exactly what I thought was happening. Let me just raise my chair. Hey, shout out to Captain said, thank you for looking at CRU. Shout out to Cap. Was that your coin, Cap? Shout out to Cap. Yeah, Captain Kirk. Cap, I look at anything you want. You get absolutely, you get a priority. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on. All right, so let me just go ahead and extrapolate these levels very quickly here. This is what we would be looking at. A little neutral. We're going to go boom. POC, value area high, and your value area low. Here we go. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Well, wow. Okay, so, wow, man, textbook stuff here. Textbook stuff. So, yeah. All right, so we got into our value area, right? Came up, hit the POC, broke down, finally got accepted, right to the POC, right to the high. Deviation, this is where you're looking for your shorts to potentially get accepted back into the range and come back down towards your POC. Do you guys see how that works? This is how you view the market, right? Like this is, whether or not you could find the confirmations to go short or not, this is how you want it. Like, hey, we're deviating. This is overvalued. This is overvalued, right? That's where I'm looking to ride it back down, get stuck below the value area low, and then you're looking at TP. Like this is how you set up the trades, right? Coming down here, short position, right? Looking for the short here, stop loss wherever, based off your risk tolerance. But that's basically what you're looking for. You're actually looking to enter the trade somewhere up here, hoping to break down, get accepted, get to the POC, TP1, TP2 at the value area low. We'll see if that continues to play out. But pretty nice volume profile play here, right? Just using the volume profile for context. 2-hour money flow coming out. 1-hour money flow in the red. Let's see, 30-minute. Let's check the daily real quick. Yeah, daily red dot confirmed. Yeah, see, this is kind of similar to what we were just looking at with the daily bearish divergence, right? Could give you somewhat of a correction. But yo, shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob said, Cap, I was joking. Captain was joking, folks. These are free and fair elections. I didn't push any alt on the list for our mods, especially not for Captain Kirk, CandleMafia Mama. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob and Cap. That's funny. I like having a fair votes here. All right, let's see. Neutralize. We can take a look at Solana. No problem. How long have we been going for here? Oh, God, we're running late. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden, did you put ticker spins yet? Shout out to you, bro. I'm sure you did. I just missed it. Let's see. Hey, shout out to Carbs for Days. Says, Hey, I hope you see this. I made my first trade ever, ever deposit on an exchange and looking to do my first ever long or short. Could you please show what you think of Celestia? Yeah, we could check that out real quick. But let me just go ahead and cover this one real quick, and then we'll jump on over to that. Okay. Dave said, nothing to see here. Move along. Anyway, okay. Yeah, so at this point, you lose this POC. You're looking for a move down to the value area low. And then at that point, if you are, now there is a chance that you could hold support on the POC and get a move back out of your value area high, come up to higher prices. However, based off the volume profile, you would look for a move down here. Look for support on your value area low, and then look for even a potential deviation, bullish confirmations to get into a short to ride it back up to the high of the range, right? But, you know, looking at the daily red dot confirmed, 2-day red dot printing, you may be able to make it down to that value area low, in my opinion. Now, long term, again, the reason I would look for that to come down here and then look for potential longs down here to ride it back up to the high and then potentially break out to higher prices is based off the higher time frame money flow, right? Fresh 3-day money flow crossover, fresh 2-day money flow crossover. These are bullish signs in the long term, but we may be able to cool off in the meantime. So that's basically what I'd be looking at on IOTA. Next key level of support, if you lose that POC, is going to be your value area low. Do you have any context with your confluence with your fib? Well, you kind of do, right? Your 786 is in beautiful confluence with the value area low. And then your golden pocket is pretty close, but I would really love to come down to that 786 value area low. So there you go. That was IOTA. Let's go ahead and check out. I'm not going to be able to check out both those coins. Let's see. We could check out TIA. Now, I will say this. Shout out to who said that. Carbs for Days. I do want to say this. I can tell you what I think, but whatever I say, right, if I'm bearish on this, I want to be very clear. It does not mean just get into a short. Now just because I know, we'll shout out to Trade Made. By the way, bro, kind of mad that you thought of that name before I did. Trade Made is fire. I love that name. But I do want to say, Carbs for Days, let me tell you something, only because you told me you're about to get into your first long or short. I want to be very clear because my goal on this channel is to turn you into a profitable trader and not just try to pretend like you're going to get rich overnight. So I want to get this out of the way. If you're new, which you clearly said you were, right? Do not overdo the leverage. Don't focus on making a ton of money right now. Focus on winning the trade, right? This is a very difficult game. That will take time to understand and time to learn. And you're going to have to learn through experience, right? So don't overdo the leverage. Use very low leverage and don't just try to get rich overnight, right? I don't know how much money you're trading with, but for example, let's say you put $100 into your account. For the most part, you don't really want to risk more than 1% of your account, right? So if your account size is $100, and you could do the math if it's more or less, right? But if your account size is $100, you don't want to risk more than $1 or more than 1% on each trade, which would be $1, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you can't use more than $1 to put on a trade. It just means you have to set your stop loss so you don't lose more than 1% of the account, right? So make your stop loss only that you're going to lose $1, right? That's the way it should be. Now, sure, it's going to be hard for you to turn $100 into $1,000. Like it's a lot harder than people try to make it seem, right? Especially for a beginner. But what you should be doing is if you're going to get into a trade, get into the trade, have a clear plan, and I'll give you an example of a trading plan, and there may not be a setup here, but I'll try to give you some insight. But just don't focus on getting your wins in. Get consistent wins over time, and chances are it's going to be a whole learning process. And I'm just going to be quite honest with you, right? I don't want I could just sit up here like a sleazy influencer and tell you like, oh, it's easy, buy this indicator and just buy and sell, but you're going to get wrecked. I don't want that to happen. I want to actually turn you into a trader, right? So taking a look here on the daily time frame, right? Red dot is printing. That indicates now there isn't a lot of price action here. I think this is probably the most price action we're going to get on this for the most part. But red dot on the daily could give you another move to a little bit more of a move to the downside, right? You've gotten a pretty significant move, impulse to the upside to the tune of about 12%. So you could cool off just a little bit. So let's pull our fib from the low to the high. And then also, what did we say? Who was it? Carbs for Day says, absolutely. I won't just dive in. Just want your thoughts. Yeah, perfect. Shout out to Carbs. But yeah, and let me know. Are you do you know how to do how experienced are you? Are you just learning how to? Are you just learning TA, or have you been kind of like watching and now you just feel like you feel like you have a grasp enough on the TA to get into a trade, or are you just starting to learn the TA as well? Let me know because I really want to help you. All right, so. Golden pocket of this impulse to the upside is coming in at about 757. Now, unfortunately, you don't really have a clean range here on the higher time frames. But what I can do here is I will pull this range right here. So yeah, this is kind of a significant zone to watch. This would be a significant zone to watch, right? Simple golden pocket retracement, right? If you lose that golden pocket, you're simply going to be looking down towards your 786, which is also in beautiful confluence with the previous value area high and even the POC of this old range, right? So this is going to be a key level as well. And then you even have a daily level down here, which could act as some more support, right? So right about here. This daily level right about there, which is basically the blue box. I'm just going to take that level away. But these are the key levels of support I would be looking at. Now, do you have a reason to go short here? Arguable. Definitely not probably the best time to enter. But what I would look for here is actually we could even go a step closer or go even more micro here. Actually, let me pull the whole range here. Yeah, okay. So this is, let's check the 4 hour. So you do have confirmed bearish divergences here. You do have confirmed bearish divergences, lower highs on your momentum waves, higher highs on your price action. You could see that did play out and give you a move to your downside, to the downside. We are now attempting to hold the value area low. So no real clear setup here, to be honest, Carbs. But no real reason to go short as of right now, in my opinion. Yeah, money flow coming out. I mean, you may on the 2 hour, 1 hour money flow kind of bing bonging around, 2 hour money flow coming out. Yeah, and it is kind of looking, 12 and 16 hour. It's kind of hard. I will tell you this, Carbs, not a real clear setup here, to be honest. But if you were, this is kind of what I would think. Even not trade related, right? If you get below this value area low, which is coming in right here at 962, if you break below here and you cannot get back above, that's where I'd expect to move back into the range to the POC and then eventually the value area low, right? That's what I would be looking for here. However, it doesn't mean just short right here because you can see the VWAPs coming up on your 1 hour. That's probably going to give you a little bit more of a retracement to the upside. But I would wait probably if I were to look to short this, I'd wait for a retracement potentially into this golden pocket. So I kind of give you this roadmap. I will also say this, Carbs, just as a general kind of tip. I've learned this the hard way when I was starting out. I wouldn't even recommend starting off on an altcoin like this, to be honest with you. It's gonna be much harder. It's gonna be much harder to trade than something like Bitcoin, right? So, what I would say is, if you're just starting out, especially leverage trading, I would probably start off on Bitcoin. I wouldn't even really leverage trade the altcoins right now because if this thing looks bullish and then Bitcoin decides to nuke, this is likely going to follow suit, right? So. I would actually recommend, and then the other thing is too, on Bitcoin, obviously on a lot of other coins, you're going to get more price history, right? Like if I was able to analyze more of the daily time frame here, it would make for more of a sound trade. But because this is such a new altcoin, it's very hard to trade on leverage, especially as a beginner. I recommend that all beginners just start with Bitcoin, and if not zero leverage, very little leverage. And then if you are going to play around with the leverage, just understand the risk level, right? It's very, very risky. Always set a stop loss. But what I would look for here, if I were looking to short this, which I'm not, there really is, again, no clear setup. You want to wait for the trade setup to present itself. If there's no trade presenting itself, you don't take it, right? You don't want to go looking for a trade. You want to find out where you could potentially look for one, and then as price approaches that level, then you assess the situation, see if you get the confirmations, and take the trade. But what I would do here is I would wait. If I were trading this altcoin, which, again, I don't really recommend. I highly recommend. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Yeah, we're overtime for sure. Thank you for that, bro. Shout out to Crypto Billy. But this is what I would do. I just really want to help out Carbs here real quick. Okay, so you're not that new to TA. That's a good thing then. And marked up a lot of charts, mainly on Bitcoin and ETH, for practice and see if those price targets are met. I think I'm comfortable enough to get my feet wet. Okay, perfect, bro, perfect. Okay, so yeah, what I would be looking for here is a potential run up into this resistance level, and then this is where I would look for confirmations to go short. Now, those confirmations are going to be a little bit more specific. The way the price action is setting up here, it doesn't look like I wouldn't really be looking for bearish divergences, really. To be honest with you, what I would be looking at is order flow or CVD to find CVD divergences, which I do have videos on the channel. If you look at the channel, or maybe one of the mods can drop a link to that CVD divergence video. I think it's called like Trading with the Whales or something. And it'll show you how to look for CVD divergences or absorption. But I would wait for a retracement potentially into this level. If I didn't get it, I would just let the trade. I would miss the trade, right? No big deal. But I would wait for a retracement either up into this rejection zone or potentially even this zone right here as well would be another one to keep an eye on right about here. Right, so I would look for a push up into this level or this level, look for confirmations, and then I would look to short, and then probably look to start taking profit at the value area high if we got, and then at that point, right, price comes up. If we reject there, perfect. I'm looking to take my first TP at the value area high. If we come up and reject from here, same thing. First TP at the value area high, and then if we get back under the range and we can't get back above that value area high, that's where, after I take profit, I'm moving my stop loss to my entry point, guaranteed winning trade, money in your pocket, stop loss at break even. That means if you get stopped out of the trade, you get stopped out in profit and you still make money. So technically you lost the trade, but you still make money. Now, that's what I would do. TP at value area high, stop loss to break even. If you get stuck under the value area high, that's where I would hold it for longer to get a move down to the POC where you could potentially take profit again, but eventually you're expecting to get to that value area low. So to be quite honest with you, Carbs, I do want to be clear. This is not necessarily a nice setup. I'm just giving you an example, and this is kind of what I would expect here coming up in the near future for Celestia, but I would not really be looking to trade this. Please feel free to do whatever you want, but I just wouldn't trade this. It's not really a beautiful setup. Like, there's some other stuff we were looking at here today, like that had a way clearer setup, right? Let's see. DYDX, how's that DYDX thing going? All right, DYDX still trying to creep up towards that POC. But there you go, Carbs. That is basically what I would be looking at. But again, you know, as long as you're not trading with more than you're not, as long as you're not trading with money that you're not willing to lose, you should be good. Just understand it is a learning process. But that's what I'm thinking about Celestia. Hopefully that helps you out. Not financial advice. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I don't know how we wound up going for 2 hours here. Not 2 hours, but 2 hours and 10 minutes. We're 10 minutes late. Mrs. Candles is losing her mind. But let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure real quick and see how many giveaways we're going to get. How many likes do we have? I don't even know. I got to start pushing the likes more, man. I barely say it anymore. I keep forgetting. I get sucked into the TA or chat. Let's see. What do Frankie and a hoagie have in common? They're on a roll. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Hey, CG, are you from Joyzy? Are you from Joyzy, CG? I heard you say hoagie. Let's go. Crypto Bow Hunter. Thanks, Frankie. Shout out to Crypto Bow Hunter. Good to see you in here, bro. Dark Crash said, shout out to Dark Crash, said, bring back the crickets. I actually almost ordered grasshoppers, edible grasshoppers on TikTok the other day. They actually looked really good. It wasn't for the show or anything. I just wanted to try them. They looked really good. I don't know. They were like seasoned and people were ranting and raving over them. I almost ordered them, but that would have been perfect. Maybe I will buy them. Shout out to Dark Crash. Bitfrog. Another thing I saw on TikTok was there was some streamer that got a pet goat and it was the cutest thing in the world. And I was like, yo, this other streamer has a pet goat. I need a pet goat. I need a pet goat. Oh my God. How cool would that be? It was like a little mini goat. And I just got I might get a pet goat, guys. I might get a pet goat. I feel like it wouldn't even really be that hard to come by in the state of Georgia. Get Frank a goat. Yo, let's go. Shout out to Tony D. Tony D, what is required? Can you see if it's like, are they good pets or is it like something that like probably you don't want to do? Like people think monkeys are good pets and then they get them and they're like, yeah, this was a bad idea. All right, let's see. Don't eat the bugs. The shells have carcinogens? Is that Bungalow Bill? Shout out to Bungalow Bill. Is that true? Let's see. No way. Okay, hang on. Because I can bump it said on Blockchain Basement today, we learned you can get goats for $30 a piece from online if you order 200 of them. Giveaways? Yo, we doing goat giveaways? Okay, that's not even that bad. $30 a goat? $30? Like, you're telling me I can get 200 baby goats for $30 a piece? That's not that bad. $6,000 for 200 goats? Yo, Tony D, we might be giving away goats soon. I don't know how we're going to ship them. Maybe... Guys, I have my work cut out for me tonight. Anyway, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. We got 517 likes, guys. Let's get it up to 550. If we get it up to 550, we'll spin that wheel 15 times. But we got 5 spins as of right now. Tyler Durden said, I can pet sit Frankie Jr. and Bear at the same time. If you don't know who Bear is, it's Tony's cat. Golden says 200 goats. Mrs. Candles would leave you. Golden, that's literally the only thing going through my mind is like, how long would Mrs. Candles let goats jump all over the furniture until she just leaves me? Shout out to Golden. Yo, Tony D, shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. He says, literally the most goated giveaways. That is fire. Amazon link. Oh my God. All right, let's see. They do need some friends to kick it with them. Yo, Tony D says, yeah, so much furniture. Shout out to Tony D. Yeah, guys, we moved in. Anyone who doesn't know, we moved into a new house like a month ago, maybe a little month and a half ago, something like that, a few weeks ago. And yeah, we don't slacking on the furniture right now. I don't know. I like we have a couch, the TV, we got everything that we use, and like we don't plan on having like too much company right now. So it's like we're just procrastinating. But yeah, we basically have a couch and a 6-foot gigantic, the biggest beanbag you've ever seen in your life with memory foam. It's more comfortable than the couch, to be honest. But let's go ahead and see. What do we got? 1 giveaway, 2 rug pulls, or rug tugs, as we like to call them. They're on Alibaba. Goats? Goats are on Alibaba? She would name them and dress them in little outfits. It's too good. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, yo, working there was going to be cool, but goat farmer? Yo, shout out to Dave. Hey, Dave, if we get 200 goats, bro, and you want to come down and join the team, and you want to be the keeper of goats, that would be fire. That would be that would be crazy. Give him a giveaway, baby. We got 3. Okay, so we got 3 out of 5. I'll give you guys one more for good luck because shout out to Crypto Crabman, said Frankie got the love sack. Shout out to Crypto Crabman. Dude, you are keen, bro. I could give him a giveaway, baby. Let's go. Sorry, let me just count these real quick, and then I want to answer Crypto Crabman real quick. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 giveaways out of 6. Not too bad, guys. Let's run it up to 550 before the stream ends. But I will just say, shout out to Crypto Crabman. He says, Frankie got the love sack. Funny enough, I was going to get the love sack, and then I decided that I wanted to mix and match the different cuts of memory foam, and I had this big vision that like I was going to make a better beanbag than love sack. So I got the actual sack separate from all the different memory foam, and I got all different types of memory foam to try to make it like a custom firmness, and it's super comfortable. But it took so long, and it was such a mess to do, it was not worth it. At the end of the day, I was like, I should have just bought the love sack. I don't even know if this is more comfortable than a love sack. It's super comfortable, but I probably could have just bought the love sack. It would have been way easier. But I thought I was going to make it better. Turned out it was a silly idea. But shout out to Crypto Crabman. You are keen, bro. I should have got the love sack. But guys, with all that being said, airdrop goat incoming. If you win this Friday's giveaway, we will literally airdrop a goat with a parachute. Dude, could you imagine just like a goat just like sitting in like a harness, like floating down, like having no idea what's going on, just floating down like, whoa, what's going on? Wah! Anyway, guys, that's all the time we got for tonight's giveaway. This is, guys, we're 20 minutes over time. I'm on my last brain cell. Shout out to Golden, said, stop saying love sack. Yo, shout out to Golden. Goat delivered by Amazon drone. Hey, that would be pretty fire. But yeah, let's go. I would give Dave a goat. Little goat bomb. You guys are funny. All right, guys. I got to go airdrop a goat to Dave Digital. That's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Hopefully, We'll see what happens, guys. Remember that key NPOC, that naked point of control, at about, I don't want to give you guys a fake number here. Let me give you guys the legitimate number here. That NPOC sitting at $43,575 is going to be that key level to watch. If we're able to maintain support above that level, we could be opening up the door to more upside. If we lose it, my short may just wind up paying me out. So with all that being said, guys, shout out to Jessica. Thank you for the super chat. She says they eat everything, including your house, just nibbling on the beanbag and undoing all that hard work that I did to build that fake love sack. Shout out to Jessica. And guys, with all that being said, that's all the time we got for that for tonight's live stream. Watch that MPOC. We'll see what happens overnight, and I'll see you guys right here tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. I'll see you next time. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. About my chicken and its rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing it. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. You gon' see the...
Oh, so you guys do 3? Oh, 4. So it's in like 2s. I can't do like 250. Yeah, we need a lot, but I don't think we need 400. I was like 200's too little, 250's not enough, or 250's too much. They're 15 a piece for 400. I guess we could give 2 goats away for each giveaway. I don't know. That's a pretty significant discount. Okay, let me talk. All right, let me talk to let me talk to my COO and I'll see what we can do. Do you guys offer like parachutes? Do they come with parachutes? Okay, we're not the first people. Okay, all right. Let me talk to my COO, and yeah, all right. Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right, bye. Hey, hi guys. Not ordering 200 goats. I'm not ordering 200 goats, and they don't come with their own parachutes. But if they did, you guys might wake up to goats at your front door tonight. With all that being said, guys, that's all the time. Yo, Dave Digital with the parachute emoji. Yo, you guys are funny. Guys, that's all I got. Watch out for those parachuting goats coming down. You might see them falling down. You're like, what is that? It's just a flying goat, guys. It might be me dropping them. I don't know. That's all the time I got. Yeah, that's all the time I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. Have a good night, guys. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor.